All right, everybody. It's just me and IQ at the moment. I have sent out links to Jamie and to Atom and to Silverlena, so they will be joining us momentarily. Anyways, I do have the link again below in the description. I didn't really fill out much of a description for this one because it was sort of a last minute thing that I threw together. Anyway, this is a big deal, guys. So we got to get that money up there. I know that they're close to something. I think David started this in pounds, and it says they're at 100 and something pounds. So in like our money, that's almost double. So it's like $200 or something, pretty close to that.
I mean, this is more than just a fundraiser. I mean, with any fundraiser, you know what it's going to. Like with Doc Fearson's stream, it's a guy. We love the guy. He needs a car. We understand everybody's been through shit. They get that. They know what it's going to. With this, yes, we know what the rainforest is. We understand what fire is. We understand what it does to fucking forests. But I mentioned to David that it should be a little more descriptive because the rainforest is on fire. Donate money. Okay, what the fuck is my money going to? Like, yeah, it can go to something. What organizations is it going to? Who is this helping? What are they going to do with this money? What exactly is my $6.66? What is that actually going to go to? Who is it going to help? What are they going to do with this money? If it doesn't meet the 10,000, which everybody agrees, or at least can be a firm possibility that that's the case, that they're not going to meet that.
Mm-hmm.
What partial payment? Like, what is they don't meet it? What is whatever that somebody can give to this? What can that go to? What is your $1 that you're pulling from, your fucking cereal fund? What is that gonna go to? Being specific about every penny that goes to this can go to something that can help, and this is what your dollar can do. Describing shit like that in fundraisers like that is important.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. Look at all you guys are chowing down. I already ate all my cookies and my leftover nuts and bolts and shit from my my blood donor appointment yesterday, so I'm all out of munchies.
Yeah, Jamie made me really hungry, so I had to go grab some snacks.
Are you out of beer, Jamie? We can't hear you. You've got yourself muted, buddy.
No, he just needs to show an empty mug.
All right, it's unmuted now. You know what? Oh, I plan to test this theory. I'll be right back. But while I'm gone, I'll mute my stream so that the sound doesn't throw things off.
Fair enough.
There we go.
There may or may not be just a hot dog randomly on my keyboard right now.
Now I want hot dogs. Fuck, Jamie. You're muted.
Sluts. All right. Oh, shit. You caught the end of my swearing. All right. So.
That's even worse. It's a muted hot dog.
It's a muted hot dog. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with being a slut. I'm a slut. And there's nothing wrong with me. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with you at all, my friend.
And if you also want a hot dog after thinking about how juicy and the unique taste of like a hot dog and just like a freshly, just perfectly toasted bun.
Oh, yes.
Whatever condiments you prefer. Just the munchy.
Mustard, relish.
Man, I'm hungry enough. I gotta take another bite. That's
But can you smoke it?
Hey guys, it's not every day you're gonna actually see Jamie putting wieners in his mouth.
Usually it costs extra, but
that's right.
If you like the taste for just the meat juice mixed with the heavy cheese, then you should.
Oh, what I wouldn't have given to hear somebody in the background.
In the description to donate money to prevent the rainforest from burning down, which will end all life on Earth and make none of these blowjob jokes possible. So you should definitely.
What I wouldn't have given to hear somebody in the background in your room, Jamie, to right after Neil said that to go with like a little head bob and a snap, like speak for yourself, bitch.
Yeah.
I didn't give SS 1964 a link. What the hell is this all about? Unless that's Silverlena, but Silverlena's in the chat. Wait a minute. What's going on here?
I've got to mute. I'll be right back.
All right.
That is creepy.
That's weird.
No, what's even weirder, you put the link in your usual suspects group. I clicked that, and for about 10 minutes, I'm just listening to you talk to everybody else. That
really
was in there. I couldn't hear anybody else. I even put a little peekaboo in the chat, and it's like you couldn't even see me, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have that screen up. That's why I set it up, and then I was like, yeah, I'll be there in a minute, sort of thing. So you sat there waiting for us. I'm sorry.
I said, man, I've done a pretty good job at entertaining myself up to this point in my life. I didn't figure a reason to stop now.
Oh, the one in
I'm glad I could actually hear Inquisitive this time, because last time he was one of the ones I couldn't hear. So.
That's right.
That's right. Yep. And I jumped out rather quick too, because there was people waiting, and I'm always working, so I had shit to do.
Oops.
But nonetheless, much obliged.
That was my bad. Sorry. Apparently the link I posted is not working.
The link to the fundraiser?
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh, no, there's a reason why. Okay. I'm going to edit this. I fucked up. It's my bad. Yeah.
Oh, Cheese Man's in the chat. Nacha, love you, brother.
Let me clip that. Cut. There we go. And paste. There we go. Alrighty, it should be good now. Try clicking on the link now and let me know how it works. Should be good now. I fixed it. Nacha, you should come in here.
Yeah.
Fucking upside down guy. I'll send one directly. Nacha. There we go. Next. Hi, Nacha. Get your ass in here, you bitch. All right. Space. That's not the link I want to give them. I put the donation link in there. And paste.
Just so you know, it wasn't a suggestion like, you don't have to give to come into the stream.
Still says oops. What do you mean it still says oops? What? It might take a minute for the correction to go through. So I will re-click this link. I will. Huh? Yeah, that's right. That's what I want. Holy shit, this is giving me a hard time. Copy. This makes for good broadcasting. Nope, it's doing that shit again. All right. It should, that's weird. It should actually work. Yeah, works. The link I just clicked on works. It might take a couple of seconds. Oh, it's working now. Yay! Thank you, SS. Yay, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm all over the place, but getting there. Cheers. Okay, good, Nacha. I sent you a link directly, Nacha. So when you have a moment to come in and say hello in your sexy Aussie accent, you can do so.
And Neil, that was an awesome like Deanna impression for a second there. That was great. Oh, happy.
Oh,
That was great.
oh, Diana, yeah.
Yeah.
Demasu, or whatever the fuck she says all the time.
She speaks in tongues.
Yes.
It's okay. It's gibberish no matter what your beliefs are.
I know what my beliefs are. I believe I'll have another sip of beer.
Cheers.
This is like number 6. I'm going way out
I'm
of
on
league.
number 3, but they're going down smooth. This is
Attaboy.
a 7.2% IPA.
Man after my own heart. I knew there's a reason I liked you.
75 IBU if you're hip to the
If you're hip to the beer lingo. Silver. Hi, Silver. You're doing
To
a little
the,
circly thingy. Oh, there you are. If you're hip. Silver. Hi, Silver. You're I can hear us. Oh, there you are. If you're hip. Silver. That's weird. Holy shit. I can hear us. Oh, there you
and
are.
she's frozen too.
Silver. Hang on. Okay, that's just fucked up. You got it? All right. Because I was looping there. Hi, Silver. It was totally looping. I don't think I've ever heard my own voice like that.
I don't think I can hear Silver either.
No, can't hear Silver. No.
Oh, it's always fucking something.
I know. It's because the Queen isn't here.
Yeah.
How cool is that, man? Jamie Boone from Talk Heathens hanging out with us.
That's pretty
Right?
fucking sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good people, though.
Damn good
Really
people, because he is part of the reason for my extent of humanism. Him in Talk Heathen with Eric,
Mm-hmm.
listening to them is a big contributing factor to me diving so hard into humanism. And I've got to give them all the necessary props just because, I mean, they're just people. You know, it's not like they're fucking gods or anything like that. They're just people doing their thing.
Mhm.
But it's them putting themselves out there that means so much to people, including myself. And you have to recognize that. And it's greatness. That's what that is.
He's totally putting you up
it's
on a
not
pedestal,
calling-
Jamie.
It's not calling the person great.
I heard.
Their acts, what they do is great. And I tell you fucking what, there's not many people that do great shit. There are great people out there that don't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah, it's true.
But it's the average person that achieves greatness that you have to appreciate. And I fucking love it. Props, Jamie.
Well, thank you. It's a little bit embarrassing to go, oh, wait, I could tell someone was talking about me, so I showed up.
His spider
No,
sense
dude.
went off.
It wasn't from any of the positive stuff. It was from
What you do is huge, Jamie, and all of us here can attest
I'm
to
not
that.
that fat. It's fine. It's the
Whose fucking computer's going nuts?
I really hope it's not mine. I really hope that in my Mac there isn't somewhere that it has
That's not Mac noise.
window notification noises. Was the end of my joke. No. Thank you for saying that. It helps. So.
That's why I always say, like, when you jump into stuff like this and you get to actually meet the people that watch you on a regular, watch you on a regular basis. And I got to tell you, dude, when I first phoned into your show, just to tell you guys, because I've been hearing Seamus go on about atheists, they've got no morals, all the
Right.
time, right? So, and I said, really, motherfucker? All right, I'm going to phone in and tell these guys that there are altruistic type atheists out there that would literally go on an operating table, possibly sacrifice their life to save someone else's life.
Mhm.
And that's what I was going to do to try and save my buddy by donating one of my kidneys.
Yeah.
So
Totally destroyed the Catholic Church. Well, not them
exactly.
specifically, but just the church's whole motif in general. Like, oh, morality, this is where it's from. It's not.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so I thought I better speak up and let that Seamus. And it's weird because I haven't heard him call back since then.
Yeah. I mean, what's great is like we weren't sure whether it was the person's going to call back because we got that, but I could email them and see if I could get them to call back in. But I don't know. It's interesting because it'll be me and Eric again this weekend.
I saw that. Yeah.
For the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
Was that-
Someone's flashing a light in your window or some shit.
God damn it, Josh, you fucking shit. Can you see his face at all?
Yeah, I saw him. It's almost
Okay.
like that alien face in the window that dude put out that was bumped or something.
Get the fuck over here.
Josh, what are you doing? Get him to jump on a computer and join us.
I should actually. I'm not sure whether the was like, oh yeah, you show up in the live stream, and he was like, oh, okay.
By the way, guys, Josh is a member of the Atheist Vanguard. He's one of the hosts that jumps on Atheist Vanguard every once in a while with my friend Ethan Hawk. I mean Derek Hawk, and Phoenix, and what's the other guy's name? Starts with an I that I met there. I can't remember. But anyways,
and it's good
yeah.
that everybody calls me IQ because my name happens to be Josh, and that's kind of fucking me up in the head. But I know that nobody really refers to me as Josh, so we're good.
Well, we just call you IQ. Josh, man, jump in a computer and join us.
We only have one webcam in the house. And that's
Hey,
Yeah.
I know that shirt.
I don't
Okay.
have a video capture card yet. I can't use my Black Magic for streaming.
Black
Wait,
magic.
what the fuck have I been fucking around with Twitch? Hank.
Fuck. Ah, there it is.
That was the.
I recognize that shirt, Josh. Does this look familiar?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a good shirt. So it shrinks.
Indeed, it is. It shrinks.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
Really? It didn't shrink when I wash mine, but I wash my stuff in cold water.
I was gonna say, do you wash your clothes in hot water like a man, or?
Like a man.
I mean, I guess not.
No, I did it in the cold water, man. When I always wash my t-shirts in cold.
This reminds me of work today, where because I drive the kids somewhere, and they're like, "Oh,
You
girls,
drove kids.
yes, in a white unmarked van. All right, fuck off." Anyway,
Candy?
no, they don't get candy. Fucking
Oh.
spoiled kids these days. Back in my day, you just got in the van because you were told to. All right.
Ocean!
Yo, I think, does this work? This is the first time I've used StreamYards. I have no idea what's happening.
You're
Sounds like you.
cruising along in first gear just fine, my friend.
All right, well, this is cool.
Thanks for
Sweet.
jumping in, dude.
Yeah, I figured I'd say hello. I've been just like going mad this entire day, so I figured I'd come in and have like a casual conversation.
Oh, beautiful.
And this is all going. David told me about this a while ago, that there was going to be like a bunch of streams on this, and I was like, well, fuck yeah, I'll come in and help support shit.
That's great,
but,
dude. That's awesome. This is my second run. Somebody had to back out, so I figured I'd pick up the pace. And
Round 2, Neil.
So wait, what you're saying is that someone told you there were a series of streams to help support not burning down the Amazon. Link in the description to donate to help make that not happen? Question
And I
mark?
was like, chill, sure, yeah.
That's cool.
Who's got the
Yeah.
rainforest trivia?
I think I'm gonna have to rein that in. I don't know if I can.
Oh, you're starting to sound like me, Ocean. It's not a good thing.
This is the evolution. I'm slowly turning into Neil over the course of several years. That's what's going to happen at the end of the day.
Well, Jamie and I were both saying actually Jamie and Jim and I were using our old expression: "We drink and we know things." So
Yeah, well,
Let's test this out. In what state is the only rainforest in the United States?
you guys have a rainforest? I'm gonna say Colorado.
No.
This
That's where it would not be at all. What the hell are you talking about? It's like Oregon or Washington or some shit.
Yeah, because they're attached to us, and we are considered a rainforest.
You're considered a rainforest?
Yes, where I am, but we're considered a whatever the pine tree version of a rainforest is.
Yeah, then it's
Pine
probably
tree rainforest.
it's like Washington or Oregon. That's my bet. It's one of those two states.
anyone else? I only heard like 2 guesses.
Anyone? Bueller?
Is that-
California.
is that just North America?
Yeah,
Just
California's another good bet, but I don't
United
think that's what it
States.
is.
Just name one of the states. That way,
In-
there's other people as wrong as me.
Alaska.
Oh, that's a good. That's maybe.
Good answer.
It's California.
It's
Look at that.
You called so much. Wait, who was it? It was
I
you.
said that. I
called
said it.
so much shit when I said California.
No, he was calling shit on Colorado.
Oh,
Yeah, Colorado.
oh yeah.
And so when I said Colorado, I was like, that's not it.
That would be me. The guy that
No.
said one too many.
You're thinking
That's
of-
just like that's
They might have-
Colorado is just like this giant flat square that has a few mountains in it, or it rains like occasionally, maybe someday, one day of the year.
They got to grow their weeds somehow.
Right. But California surprises me because, I mean, California is like a big fucking state. So I guess it's in Northern California because over in LA, they freak out when it rains. They have no idea what's happening. They treat this, they're like, water from the sky. Are you fucking me right now? Like, that's how they act over there.
Hey, so I'm gonna have to head out. I've had a lot of fun this evening. And,
Oh, Adam, why? Is it getting
join the
late there
stream,
for you?
Neil.
This isn't fun.
He's been in for
Thanks
a
for
while.
jumping in, man.
Go ahead.
I have to appear on David's channel tomorrow. A
Oh.
little bit early. So when I get
Okay,
some
well,
stuff for that.
I was totally stoked when you wanted to jump in, so thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, I hope that you guys have a good night. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, you too. Hope
See
to
ya.
talk to you soon.
So we have room for more. If anyone would like to jump in, not ya. Anyway, actually, Ocean, you threw me a curveball here. I had no idea you even knew that this shit was going on.
I hear things.
Apparently,
Odin's
Which-
ravens answer his call.
Exactly.
He's got a mole in your phone.
I have my ways. I'm also subscribed to your channel with a little bell ringing, Neil. So
Well,
you go live,
that's
I hear about it. It's a
Troll.
digital version of Odin's Raven.
You should trademark that and then sell it to them. So
I like it. And then sell it to them.
And
That was cool.
I've
subscribe
got a
and
good
ring the
one.
Volknot.
There's no reason.
I've
Yeah.
got a good rainforest one here.
You can be mobile.
Rain falling in the densely packed canopy of the rainforest. How long would you say it takes for rain to reach the ground,
4 hours.
Oh, I've heard this
falling
before.
through the canopy?
Like individual.
not touching
drops or the
anything?
Majority of the water.
Wait, so not touching anything. Yeah, you did say through the canopy, didn't you? Rather than
Well,
on the
it's
canopy.
so densely packed. How long does it take to hit the canopy and go through all the leaves and actually hit the ground on average?
5 days.
Anybody else?
Hit the ground. Or just wait.
My first answer was 4 hours, but then I decided to be ridiculous.
I'm
Why
gonna
not?
say 12
I wouldn't be
hours.
surprised if it was like a day or something.
How hours would it rain?
Oh shit. I have to go.
I
Fuck.
might.
I might be back later.
But, I would guess
Okay.
like 5 minutes.
That's much closer than several days.
Apparently, Ocean got an emergency call, so he had to take off.
Yeah.
Boo.
Somebody in the chat goes 17 years.
Billy Bong, come on.
I don't think it's going to take that long, Billy.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10
The water
minutes.
to throw
Reach the
soak
ground.
through a canopy. It depends on whether you got something that can't get wet under it.
What if a monkey drinks the rain and then pees it out? I don't know.
I think that may take a little longer than 10 minutes.
I'm thinking so.
There
Depends
may
on the
also
monkey
be
and
some
how
species of monkey that you cannot
cooperative
feed
it is.
after midnight.
Spider monkey?
Monkey at the top of the canopy, and because it starts raining, the monkey slips and falls and lands safely on the ground, but now the water's on the ground.
Dude, that is fucking brilliant.
Nobel Peace Prize over here.
Definitely less than 10 minutes.
Like I said, on average.
Is that Dawkins?
Look,
Yeah, it's Dawkins.
you just wanted to give him a lick.
No, there was no, the French onion dip with the chip fell on it.
You know,
Oh, I see.
your kink is fine.
No, it's your. My kink is not your kink, but your kink is okay.
Well, I'm going to lick my Dawkins too.
That's a nice.
Yours has the orange bit.
That's because mine's paperback.
I'm just glad you weren't
Well,
pointing
mine
at the
was
chat.
picked from my grandfather, whom I'm going to have
Ooh,
returned
Jamie has
his.
a grandfather.
I'm going to return with a signed copy of Andrew Seidel's, whichever the fuck. Seidel's.
Like he said, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I know. He said I was getting it correct. I watched that episode back and I was pissed because I knew I was fucking it up at the end. That I was getting it correct until he was like, "Hey, yeah, it don't matter." And then I was like, "Yeah, Seidel, right?"
Fuck you, Andrew. I was nailing this shit.
I thought that was the way, but
Fuck it. You were sitting next to him for like an hour and a half. It's okay.
and you know, it's one of the first things that someone said to me is they went up and they went, "Yeah, you got his name wrong every time." And I was like, "What?"
Weeks in advance.
No, I only knew he was coming from the Monday before, and had I known,
By the way, guys, Andrew's book is available on audio as well. I have it right here.
Yes, it is.
So there you go.
Andrew Seidel.
Seidel.
I've said Andrew Seidel more.
He rides side saddle.
than Andrew Seidel.
Don't
I
you have to be
always
French to
remember
really get
because I
pissed
go,
off over pronunciation?
Oh, sorry.
Nacho. There's Nacho. Sorry, Nacho, I didn't see him, man.
Nacho.
Hello.
He's yelling in the chat, "Hey, asshole, let me in there."
Yeah, well, you were taking your sweet ass time.
I was too. You know why? 6 beers in, buddy. That's why.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Well, don't be. I can share.
Mm,
Like, here, let me see if I can get that up there to the
like,
camera.
yeah. It's Friday. I should have a beer. It's 3 p.m. It's like normally a bit early for me, but
It's not quite the
Early,
6
right?
o'clock square.
3 p.m. That's after 10 a.m.
yeah.
You have 12 hours of the day you're allowed to drink, right? You know,
By the way,
Not
Nacho,
allowed.
that's Jamie, who you probably already know. And
Yep. Hello.
you know Silver? Oh, and of course,
Hello,
Josh.
Silver.
Sorry, Josh. I wasn't trying to ignore you.
I'm
Hey, Josh.
crashing.
And you know IQ. And they're both
And I know IQ.
famous people. So there you go.
Famous people. Righto.
Yeah, I only rub elbows with the best.
I've seen everybody around and all these
Yeah,
lovely folk.
some of your friends, Neil.
I'm sorry, not to say that again.
I just said I've seen all these people around. I know all these lovely folk.
Oh, yes, of course. You've probably watched the shows once in a while.
Yep. I get around.
I get around.
Like warts.
I get around. Oh, I'm starting to sing Beach Boys. We're in
Beach Boys. Hey, they're pretty good. I went and seen them live. They are pretty good.
Actually, I've seen them twice live.
Some of the Beach Boys when I was a kid.
Oh, very nice.
I went to a concert, and the seat that my friend that we took, his seat got picked out of like the entire audience. They picked like 5 seats, and those people which was us. He was a kid also, so we, the whole group, me, my mom, and him, all got to go backstage and meet the band. It's pretty.
Oh wow,
And
that is
also,
pretty
my
cool.
favorite band at the
That's
time
cool.
was like 9. No, I couldn't have been 9. It's like 7 or 6.
Yeah.
That is pretty
That's
cool.
my first live concert, the Beatles.
Really? Nice.
Beatles.
B Milzabub says Nacho gets around like the town bicycle.
I do.
And Jamie, this one's for you. John Peterson in the chat said, I just realized that that's Jamie from Talk Heathen. I'm just so used to seeing him in a suit.
Well done, sir. Well done.
I have to make a correction there. Nacho's closer to an airline pilot because the town bicycle, everybody's riding the bicycle, and that's not quite accurate for
Where's-
Nacho. Nacho's the one
Jesus.
doing the riding most of the time. So
What
I'll take that.
bicycle, like for the town? What town is this?
Yeah, kind of want to know.
Which
What's
one?
this communal bicycle thing here?
No. Was this a thing back in the like 50s? Like there was one bicycle that City
Hey,
Hall could afford?
That's a little close to my birth date, mister. No, I'm kidding. I'm
So,
like,
hey,
wait, not till
when I
66.
was
So
looking
it's all good.
When I was looking at colleges and traveling around, one of the ones that I applied to, Southwestern University, their mascot is the Pirates, and they have bicycles that are communal just on the campus, and they're called pirate bikes. And so
Well, there you go.
there has switched from town bicycle to pirate bike. So it's.
Well, I'm a pirate biker, apparently. So
Yes, you are.
But are you a pirate bike?
No, like a motorcycle.
No,
no, I get it. None of the bikes have actual seats, so every time you try to sit down, you go, "Ah!"
Oh, like
God.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
No,
missed
I
something.
meant sluts. That was the thing.
All right, I'm guilty. What can I say?
Aren't we all?
Yeah, exactly.
By evangelical Christian standards.
Somebody's computer keeps getting notifications.
It sure is
Yeah,
fucking
it was going on for a while.
pirate biker.
It might be Silver Lane.
Yes, the hand goes up.
Do you know how to mute that? I can't
Just turn
hear
off
you.
your
mute yourself.
notifications.
Can't hear you. You don't have your volume up, but I guess you can't because you'll hear the echo.
Fuck.
Is that what it is? Because I can't hear you at all, Silver.
Yeah, neither can we.
No.
Yep,
can't hear you.
silent movie.
Nope.
Silent movie. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Shiva does the signing.
She's gonna leave and come back.
That's
I think. Is
awesome.
that what you said? Yeah. that's-
Oh yeah. Okay. That was sign language for I'll fuck off and come back.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna go grab another beer
We're not woken up.
Beer is good.
because I don't have to work at 4 a.m. or anything.
Thank God. Good luck with that.
It's okay. It's
There's
for
a
a good
4 in
cause.
the morning. Why is there a 4 in the morning?
What?
It's 4:00 somewhere.
But who thought that's a good idea in general? Like 4 o'clock in the morning should not exist.
I agree with that.
Some of the best things in life happen at 4 a.m.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
just
okay, I'll agree with that
happen to
too.
happen, and not because 4 a.m. is that great.
No, it's because it's 4 a.m. It would
Well,
not.
Having shit to do at 4 a.m.
They would
It's
happen
awful.
after 3 a.m.
My dog is outside.
Oh, where's your dog?
4 a.m. still
What are
doing
you
shit
eating?
is not quite so bad.
Sorry, what?
Having shit to
What
do
do you-
at 4 a.m. is terrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still doing something at 4 a.m. usually is a good time.
Well, that's just depends on how long it takes y'all to get back home.
Well, there's been many nights where I'm still working at 4 a.m., so that's not entirely true, but
No, I just meant like it was
It's like a really good night out.
A
Yeah.
reference to the length of time which one would wish for sex to last.
Fair enough.
Well, if I'm still working at 4 a.m., that's money coming in. So
I don't envy you though for that. Like I've done night shifts and stuff, but I could never get used to it.
They're the worst.
Mainly because I'm most creative at night, and so if I'm then going to work, I'll just sleep through the whole day, and then all I ever do is just sleep, work. It's miserable.
Yeah.
But that's me. I mean, that's good. I'm not a morning person, so if I can avoid it, I won't wake up in the morning.
If I could avoid it, I
I'm
would
not a
get
morning
away.
person, but
Dead
I
immediately.
have to be, so it's okay.
Sorry, I talked
Yeah, most of the time
completely
I have
over.
to be up early. That's all right. We didn't hear any of it anyway.
That's kind of good.
Only when I'm dead.
Sorry, I had to make room for the new beer.
Eee,
Not even.
that happens.
Well, sure. You know, in
Yeah.
one end, out the other.
Mm-hmm. Drain that main vein.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Why are we talking about pee, guys? I guess I started that one.
Yeah, that was all you, brother.
Well, I can probably keep this up for about another half an hour or so before I'm going to be like vegetable boy, because I've been up since 4 a.m. and I have to rise nice and early at 4 a.m. again for another shift tomorrow.
Well, Purple looks like he's active in your group, Neil. He might. I don't know. He's a fucking beast. He might be able to host
He
a
is a
live
beast.
stream and drive at the same time. I don't know what he's doing right
I
now.
don't
but,
think so. I don't think he has to be
He's
home.
amazed me before.
I don't support this decision.
Yeah. Hang on. Oh, Notch's already in there. Notch, you beat me to it.
Where am I?
What were we
did
just
I do?
talking about?
It looked like you were about to post something in my group.
Really? I've had that. I've been told that a lot in different groups where people like have thought that they'd seen my thing pop up, and I'm not even in the messages. Like I don't know what the hell. Like,
I see that a lot.
okay.
I'll put something in there that's absolutely like just hilarious, and then I'll see like 3 or 4 different faces pop up, and I'm like, oh, somebody's gonna no, and then nothing. I'm like, oh fuck it, I'm out.
Nothing. Well, like, because if I started to write something and deleted it, I don't have a problem, when that happens. But it's weird because it's been happening when I'm not even like, I wasn't there. Like, I don't know why it's doing
Yeah,
that.
you didn't even
Mm-hmm.
pull it
A
up.
likely story.
Fuck you, Jamie.
You return.
Who was it the other day? I think.
Not your witness if that's even your real name.
I'm not going to tell you anything. I swear it's my real name. It's on my license and everything.
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell me anything? Well, like, what about whether or not a God exists? You got anything to say about that?
No, he's a non-believer, man. He's an XJW.
No, I know that was the.
That just went right over Neil's head.
Apparently.
Good luck pulling that ID out for jury duty.
I was gonna say, like, it's like charades with my family is already a nightmare. In fact, charades is often a nightmare that I have. But I can only imagine, like, someone up there is like doing charades and they're like, peacock, ostrich, and then just Neil pops out and is like, no, actually, they're not doing a large bird. It's actually just design of like, this is a whole level of horror.
You're sideways again, Silver.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say,
I'm on the floor.
Well, I should be upside down and you could be sideways. It'll work.
hey, just because it's Thursday night doesn't mean you can't treat it like it's Friday night. So,
Right?
Oh,
I'm on the floor, so somebody come and get me. Woo!
Nacho's upside down.
Not just upside down.
Oh yeah. I'm coming to get you.
Not just upside
Thursday
down.
night doesn't mean you can't treat it like
sideways.
Friday night, right?
This is true.
Ooh.
No, I think the sideways silver is where we don't hear the notification sound.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's because I'm on my phone and I can't show my face because if I show my face, it lags. So
Yeah.
I just have to show my sideways picture.
You can't jump onto the Wi-Fi with your phone? Can you jump onto the Wi-Fi with your phone?
Yeah, that's what I'm using, but it doesn't matter. Like for StreamYard, their mobile version
Yeah,
is
it's beta.
still it's still beta. So sometimes you don't have any issues at all. Like the last few times that I streamed using my mobile, I didn't have any problems. But ever so often when I enter a stream, it lags like a son of a bitch. And for whatever reason, it's choosing tonight to lag like a son of a bitch. So
Are you in an apartment complex?
no.
Okay, so you're in an actual house.
Yeah, I have a T1 connection.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my
That's
internet
bizarre.
is dope.
Yeah, we've got the
Dope.
best you can get for where I am too. But and oh, by the way, Jamie, I spoke to Dan again, and I said now that I've got my better computer, because I picked up an Alienware, and I decided.
Oh, that's what I have.
Yeah, see, they're awesome.
Yes.
And like I needed like an i7 processing speed thing or better to do what I do. So I already messaged Dan. I said, if you want to have me back on Truth Wanted, I've got a much better setup now, and there won't be any falling out like I did last time.
Right. You want me to mention
I
that
need
to
to
them
learn
again?
how
That
to
you're...
use my shit.
I sent him a message. He saw it, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet about it. So I'm sure he's got quite a few people already planned out. So he'll come to me whenever he's got a hole or something.
I'm gonna welcome to the ACA. No, it's
I'm already a member, dude.
I know, but there's always way too much fucking shit going on
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
for capacity. Jesus.
And I still got to talk to Mark about getting my show as part of their lineup, because I'm fine with them taking the Patreon, because I'm gonna, once I hit 1,000, I'm gonna start a Patreon, and whatever money I get to that will go to the ACA cause if they want to have me on there. And then I have my own. I'll have my own PayPal me that donations to people if they want to help me with them, paying off my computer, et cetera, they can donate to me through that one, and then the Patreon could be all the proceeds to ACA.
So only, what is it, 166 subscribers to get Neil to 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
not
then we get
that big of a leap.
to start patroning him. That's
Yeah.
that's not far away at all.
I was gonna say, let's see what this Sunday brings, given that it's Eric and I reuniting. So,
Well, yeah.
Awesome.
Should I call in?
By the way, I'm pretty sure we haven't announced that or whatever. Well, I think they put it on the YouTube. That's a thing. We're back together again. So.
Yeah, no, you guys already have the premiere thing that's been set out there. I already saw it today.
Well, then
I should call in for both of you guys there.
You
That'd
should,
be cool.
yeah.
You should.
All right.
Call in, but with news or something.
With news.
With news or something.
Woke up this morning on the way to the bathroom. I stubbed my toe.
Oh, really, Neil? Tell us more. Yeah.
Can't feel a damn thing in my left foot. Hobbling around here like a hobbling person. I don't know.
Neil, you could drop some information about the whole the rainforest thing.
I could do that.
Oh, I made a
That might
donation.
not be what the call
Hey.
should be about,
Yes,
but that would
but
be
you could
some
give the
really good
link.
information to drop there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course I could.
The rules for mentioning stuff on ACA programming, as far as stuff that's restricted, work much like this joke only is funny to me. Work much like the rules of evidence for cross-examination. So, if you happen to be asked, "Oh yeah, do you remember the last time we talked?" by one of the hosts, you could then mention these streams and
There
elaborate.
you go.
Hmm.
A
Very good.
workaround.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's sneaky.
yeah.
Actually, how the rules of talkie and calling in work, but so I get to make the joke that's just for me later when I rewatch the stream.
All right. Well, let Mark know. Then I'm going to call in. he'll. You don't have to bump me to the front of the line or anything fucking ridiculous like that. But always take the theist callers before me every time. Right?
Oh, fuck
I don't feel so nice. He doesn't like me anymore. Wait, I need some crocodile beer tears.
Hey, wait,
No!
wait a minute. If you
Just,
were
just,
hoping for
just tell
preference,
the call
you purchase-
screener that your favorite author is Jesus. And
Oh,
you will go
God.
straight to the front of the line.
Fuck me. No. No. No.
No, because Mark
Depends on
will know my voice.
hosting,
like that.
really. Eric or myself.
My favorite author is Jeebus.
My favorite author is
Jesus.
Jesus.
And you
makes
might
me-
want to dodge the face palm on that one because you could break a nose.
It's one of these. It's like, whoa.
But Jesus wasn't an author, though. He didn't
Nope.
author
What-
anything.
You're
Yeah, no, they're
missing
definitely-
the point.
The author's
of
the moral
yeah.
code on my heart.
Silver.
Silver.
The ... on many.
One at a
I'm
time.
Okay, I'm just saying just about every caller that calls into the show, the ... wasn't the ...
I don't know. My favorite's Otangelo.
See, now you've
I
lost
know,
me.
I've listened.
Oh my God, you're watching it. Okay, and our next caller is Antangelo from Brazil, and
tried
you're like, oh,
Me on
fucking hell.
Facebook, I'm like, bye-bye.
There was somebody that called in. I was watching a bunch of old episodes whenever the last time I was in the hospital, and because I was bored as fuck and I needed something to watch. But anyway, it was hilarious though. I was listening to some asshole call in, and apparently he was like a regular call in because they're like, oh, this dude again, and and oh my God, they ended up hanging up on him. It was great.
Yeah,
You're
it
probably
happens.
talking about Antangelo because that happens.
That
to him a
yes,
lot.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, that
Was
name
there-
sounds familiar.
Where, yeah, was evolution just apparently
Yeah,
God? Was that it?
yeah.
Oh my
It
God.
sounds like Otangelo. I didn't tell you, Jamie. He tried to friend me on Facebook.
You didn't tell me. I have a friend request from him as well, I think.
Yeah, he
Oh,
sent me a
wow.
message. It says, I have heard you on the Talk Heathen show. So I guess he heard when I called in. And I just ignored
Yeah.
his message, deleted the shit out of it, and then deleted his friend request. I'm like, fuck you, Angelo. You're a douchebag.
See, I don't use Facebook, so I'm safe. Like I
Mhm.
have a Facebook, but it hasn't been used in like 4 years. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I only go on it for the group that Jamie and I both belong to for
Okay.
messaging and stuff. And
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that want to add me to groups and shit, and they're like, "You should really get on Facebook. We have this awesome group." And I'm like, "But I hate Facebook."
Twitter.
So I'm conflicted. I'm like, maybe I'll join just like so I can be part of some of the groups, but
Really,
I hate Facebook.
you're conflicted between your morals and feeling like you belong to a social circle.
No,
Your teachers
that
tell you
is
about
not my
peer
conflict.
pressure. Peer pressure. That's
that is not my conflict. My conflict.
Hold on,
is that
hold on,
Facebook
Silver,
is
for a second. Listen to
cesspool.
him. He does this shit all the time.
I know. Why you think I'm interrupting it? I've listened. I've watched.
yes, you have.
Are you in Texas too, Silver?
No.
No? Okay.
I'll type it in the side chat. I don't tell people where I am currently.
Yeah, no, that's no big. I'm
That's
don't
because
even
I
you're
need
always
to
at
know.
your mama's house having a
I
good
was
time.
born
Am
in
I
South.
right?
I lived in St. Louis for 13
Sweet bitch.
years. That was fun.
You were in St. Louis for a while? That's what you said?
13 years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You
I
blew
missed it. All right. It's in the side chat.
I was going to say, you came back to raise your son.
Though
that you left
I did
behind.
go to Texas frequently.
Me too. Well, I've been there once. I can't say frequently.
Once? You've
Yeah.
only been to Texas once?
I know. Don't rub it in. I'm going back again.
He's from a foreign.
Aw.
He's from an even more foreign country than the United States.
See, I'm torn because, like, okay, I want to
There
go
I have
faithless
never
for
been there at
him.
all.
I want to go to Faithless Forum really bad, but unfortunately for
do it.
Faithless Forum, they just so happen to coincide with another thing that I really want to do that I am doing, god damn it, because it's like a dream. So they coincide with, have any of you ever heard of something called Kink Fest?
Nope.
Heard of it.
No, but
All
oh
right.
god,
I mean, I
I'm
used to hold
among
parties I call Kink Fest at my apartment.
I'm among the people that don't know. Okay.
No, it's fine. You're good.
Google Kink Fest. So
I think I'm
Kink
good.
Fest is like a really big. It's the largest kink convention in the United States. It's held in Portland, Oregon every year, and it's a lot of fun. And I want to be part of the fun. There's classes, and then there's a dungeon every night. And
Nice.
yeah.
B. Millsabub wants to know what you're drinking, Jamie.
Oh, I, like a proud Texas patriot, I'm drinking Lone Star, the national beer of Texas.
You
There
had to
you
say
go.
Patriot, really?
National Beer of
Cringe.
Texas.
I don't mean like the Patriots,
Cringe.
the
Yeah,
different
cringe.
cheers or whatever.
He's not meaning it in that fashion. It's okay.
Not like football, if that's what you were questioning.
I'm thinking she's thinking like the new nationalist movement or whatever.
That doesn't.
I'm like,
they can't
cringe.
have nationalist and patriot. God damn it!
I know.
I don't believe
Can't
in
let the bad guys
patriotism.
take all the words.
I don't believe in patriotism. I'm sorry. Shoot me.
What
I don't
do
care.
you mean
I'm
by
going on the record.
patriotism?
I do not think that your place of birth gives a shit about shit. I don't think it should matter. Like, your
Accurate.
parents fucked on a space of Earth that just so happened to be America or just so happened to be
Right.
Canada. It could have just as easily been Nigeria. So,
Canada.
like, why
So let me
the
say
fuck does
this.
it fucking matter? Like, I don't believe in patriotism because my parents just so happened to screw here instead of somewhere else.
I agree with you. It's not the place of my birth that determines what's, natural. It's I happen to like and support the ideas upon which my country was founded. The ideas upon which my country was actually founded, you fucking Christian
Yeah.
nationalists who are
I-
wrong.
I agree with that.
Read Andrew Seidel's new book.
But to me, that's
Founding
not
myth.
patriotism. You know what I mean? Like, I can be grateful for where I'm
Sure.
at
It's
without
it's-
attributing that to pride.
Oh yeah,
If I may
see what I'm saying?
expound
a
little bit on that, and tell me, Silver, if this isn't in line with what you're talking about.
Okay.
I personally do not give two shits about any forms of tribalism.
Correct.
I
hate
do
tribalism.
not. I am not a person.
We all do it.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that, like, where you tell me, like, yeah, I'm an American. I was born here. I have that, hey pal, I just work here attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am an American.
Actually,
and
kinda like
I
that.
really can't go too far.
I'm not even
from where
supposed
I'm
to
at.
be working today.
Thank you, clerks.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I
had to.
do not feel pride for this little
Exactly.
segment of tribalism
Yeah.
that has been served to me because I really don't have the resources to be anything fucking else.
I call
Exactly.
myself an earthling.
I'm an American by description,
Mhm.
but I am a child of the world. I embrace all humanity, and I am not going to limit myself to this little corner of the fucking earth to where I need to just define myself as a whole, as to just be an American, because that's not me. I
1
am
Where you
million
live.
percent.
human. I am
Yes.
human, and I am with anybody who is down to think logically, to think globally, to think like I am part of something bigger
Bigger
than just this
picture.
little fucking nook
Yep.
that is
Yes.
run by a maniac right now. And
Right.
I am not just an American. I am just a fucking human, and I just happen to live in America. Is that pretty
Yeah.
much what you're talking about?
You
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the sounds
Cheers
of
to that. Absolutely.
Yep.
Guys, hold on.
100%.
Jamie, go ahead.
Everybody drink.
Well, I mean, I agreed with everything before it, but I certainly agree with the last sentiment, which is that everybody should drink. But
that.
I'm smoking, so
Yeah,
And I
that's
don't
what I do
drink.
at the moment.
Sorry.
Well, that's probably better for you.
Nobody's perfect.
Might be time.
I drink sometimes, but it has to be like planned out strategically.
I hate it when the magnet in my computer grabs everything metal that I have.
Silver, I used
Just
to have that
collecting
same
it all for
attitude towards
storage.
LSD.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's my grinder.
Yeah. So it's one of the things that's interesting because the way that I am, I attribute things that aren't like a kind of self pride, other than like the sort of like frivolous vanity that I like to joke about.
Mhm.
There isn't really anything close to that, like pride even. And the reason that I joke about the vanity is that it feels weird, is because it's the only like thing where I'm like, yes, no, me, look.
Right.
It seems natural. Right. So the idea that when I talk about like, oh, the United States did this, I tend to talk about it in the same way that a person that goes, yes, the United States, all of history begins in, July 4th, 1776. Everything before that was a mistake,
Yeah.
and that was me and my people that are white or whatever.
Yeah.
Or even if that's not what their sort of particular spiel is, like, I don't really get that because no, it isn't, because you didn't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
You didn't do
I was not there more than 100 years ago to do literally the fuck all anyway. But to me, the way I tend to think about it is there's, we inherit the world, right? People that are alive from, we certainly inherit society
Yeah.
from, the previous generation, and with that society and with
We
that
are the
history
future.
and the stories that go with it, it's sort of like that. And then you take, sort of values that you've learned and what you believe is moral in your view of the world, and you go forward. And the reason that I would attribute, I'm a big fan of Rick and Morty, so I'm practicing getting my breaks
I like Rick
exactly
and Morty,
that, the poignant moments of what I'm trying to say. The reason that I see such a value in like the enlightenment principles that the founders used to sort of formulate the founding principles of the United States is not just that I happen to have fucking been born here, but that they stand up under scrutiny on their own. Right. Obviously, you can certainly say, well, you're more likely to draw that conclusion because you're biased because you were born there. And certainly that's true. But bias doesn't negate truth. Right? Like,
Do they stand up on their own, though?
Well, so let's be
how
clear.
much of our country,
I was going to say, the principles, not the
actually
founders
stand on
themselves as people and moral agents, right? Like, so enlightenment principles of self-determination and equality are great. At the time, that self-determination and equality existed amongst only men, and only the men that were white. So the actual implementation of them failed. But every progressive step that we've taken in the past, however long, has been by evaluating and utilizing those values. Not that they weren't invented by a bunch of like old sort of forward thinking but also racist product of their time at best, white, definitely not English anymore because we declared independence dudes. But like those values and the freedom of thought and conscience. Fuck. Sorry, Eric and I have this thing where it's conscience and conscious, and it's from a call in like season 2. And
I've got this thing where I start fucking up words when I'm drinking, so we're not going to judge.
You know what? I'm sure that affects you, and definitely not me. So, the continued conscience of the nation is sort of I don't know. It's a thing, right? Like, I'm not going to stand and be like, oh, look, George Washington, what a great guy who owned slaves or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, and, you know, married a divorcee, which, as we know, completely unacceptable in moral values. But if you look at the progression of the nation and the way that it's carved out, you know what? No, the government shouldn't regulate whether or not you believe the correct religion or even economic system or whatever. The freedom of thought that it's protected, I think, has been incredibly important in terms of the development of
Okay, well, I
a lot of
agree
things.
that it's
I mean, like,
important,
hey,
but
I'm
I
right here.
don't think that it's something that has been protected really. And it's not something that is unique. You know, like it's not unique unto the United States.
That part I can push back against. So in terms of in terms of separating religion from government, that part, although people on Twitter have told me that I'm wrong.
So like, I mean, Finland, Norway, they separate religion.
Well, so
They don't have the problems we have because they
they
separate
don't have
religion
the
so
problem.
much.
No, they don't have the problems that we have, but they don't have a separation between religion and government.
They also don't have
At
the
all.
population that you have.
Right. Well, I mean, the population, sure, we have more people, and therefore we can have more crazy people, or we can have more religiously zealot people, right? But
Yes, the problem.
they're right. Like the United Kingdom is a religious theocracy by constitution, right? It just so happens that
Mhm.
their culture has shifted in a way that's more accepting better than ours.
Much as ours has shifted in the ways the progress that you're speaking about now. Like
That's true.
the progress that we've made isn't because of our constitution, it's literally in spite of it. People have taken it and been like, no, that's not what they meant. We need to change this. People have, you know, the civil rights, etc. Like people have gone to the streets to fight America on these issues.
The civil rights movement doesn't conflict with the United States Constitution at all.
How does it not conflict when all men are? It's literally in the Constitution that all men are created equal. So,
what do you mean? You mean expanding the definition? Okay, so of man, and then sorry, I have this sort of bias because at the time they had this like, oh, you know, half the states are slave states, and we won't deal with that problem now because that would be hard, and they sort of kicked that one on the road for generations to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've given the impression that I'm trying to, you know, be an apologist for slavery, but as an aside, you know, slavery's bad, okay? You know,
yes, it is.
Certainly, yeah.
Moral of the day.
I don't think I could ever think of you trying to support slavery, James.
You can definitely point to the you know, the 3/5 compromise is, you know, it's right over there, constitutionally, but I don't hang, you know, that on my wall because I think that it represents the parts of it that we've managed to shave off. I hang that on my wall because it represents the beginning of a tradition of getting better, right? Like my great grandmother. This doesn't work that much because my grandfather I know more and have talked to more, but like my great grandmother is a sort of starting part of my family as it is, but from some notes aside, talking to my grandfather, particularly determining whether or not I was eligible for birthright, my great grandmother may have had some thoughts on the Jews that were wrong.
Yeah, my grandmother did too.
Well, I mean,
it was the biggest fight we ever got into.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but I mean, you know,
that's okay.
I'm not saying on behalf of, you know, let me play angel's advocate here. I'm just saying, like, I feel less surprised because everyone hated the Jews at one point, apparently.
What is with that? Like,
I
everyone
don't-
hates Jew. What is with the Jew thing? I don't understand. Like, leave the damn Jews alone.
Yeah,
Fuck
really.
sakes.
That's what I grew up in. I was raised a Jew.
Yeah, Neil, why does everyone hate the Jews?
Yeah.
What's
Gefilte
their
fish.
problem,
We
man?
killed Christ, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I
The
think
Jews are like the best. I'm sorry, but they are. As
I
far as like
wasn't around then. I
religion,
didn't kill
the
Christ.
Jews are the best.
yeah.
It's because people are scared of gefilte fish.
Unless it's like the
Yeah, so I was gonna say,
unless it's the Orthodox,
Orthodox
like
Jews,
outside of the Orthodox Jews though, like just regular Jewish people are the best. Like they're generally
Good food.
I'm being very broadly speaking here, but
yeah,
broadly speaking, they're the most open-minded, open-hearted group, generally speaking,
Nowadays.
again, away from the Orthodox. But I mean, like they were down with the gay way before the rest of us were. They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you're gay? I don't give a
and
shit."
there was
That's
the
cool.
like in the civil rights movement. It doesn't get highlighted that much because
Mhm.
like
Oh yeah.
I forget what the proportions are or whatever. The civil rights was way more an issue between people of color and the rest of society versus people of Judaism.
Yeah.
The rest of society. I always try and find some joking way of saying it.
And let's
Not
face it,
the
there's not
people-
too many Yiddish words that don't bring a smile right to your face, eh?
Schlemiel. So it's the that's such a shitty joke. Because anyone that knows Yiddish well enough to know Schlemiel knows that I'm just full of shit. But
Mazel. That's from Laverne and Shirley. What are you doing?
Laverne and Shirley cover Schlemiel and Schmazel.
Yeah.
Does the Schlemiel still on the Schlemazel or the other way around?
Oh, Slamazel, something incorporated. I can't remember what the fuck it was.
Hoff and Pfeffer Incorporated. Is
That's what it was. Yeah.
yeah. They did a reference to it in BoJack Horseman.
Well,
Now,
Christians
the
and
actual, like,
Muslims, I'm
poignant
seeing
part
the
about
comment section. Christians and Muslims stole the Jews' religion. That's why. Well, to be fair, they didn't just
Judaism
steal
was
the
first.
Jewish religion. They stole pagan religion. Like, they stole from everybody,
Yeah.
not
Well,
just the
Jews
Jews.
did it first.
Like,
Jews were the
especially
ones that
Christians.
brought it all together, and then the
Yeah.
Muslims.
They literally stole from, like, the
version 2 and 3.
Sumerians. Hello?
Well, Zoroastrianism.
The
Yeah.
log.
First monotheistic belief system.
Uh-huh.
It's like
Yep.
every single part of Christmas is stolen, and every single part of Easter
Yeah.
is stolen, and Easter is certainly the most
I
theologically significant.
I converted to paganism when I was 13, and then again when I was 18 because I was like, well, I was a kid, so I'm going to redo it.
It was
But-
eerie, R and Rob, because him and I went down almost exactly the same path.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
We were talking about that. It was pretty trippy. He's looking at me, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, this is just too weird. He's like, yeah, you're right. Here, have a beer. I'm like, oh, Jesus. You remember that? Jamie Aaron would not let me be without a beer.
No, he certainly wouldn't. Yeah. You had long hair like he did, so it was like a
It's
challenge.
like hair brothers.
Paganism was like my my last thing before I finally was just like, yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
You're certainly not alone in that.
Me
That's
too.
Like,
Me too. I went through that too. I even tried doing spells out of the Necronomicon, which is fucking crazy talk.
Oh, right. No, I own like the Necronomicon.
I still own like 3 copies of it somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
you could donate one, Neil, to the Free Thought Library. Because there was one episode where I was like, yeah, no, we don't have enough copies of enough holy books. We have like a basic Bible. You should send them in.
You know what I'm going to
And
do?
no one sent shit in.
I'm going to donate.
Aw.
They should donate to the fund in the description for this video
See this?
for the Amazon, which is on fire. right
Oh, you know what book I want
Be
to
on fire.
find?
This is
Like-
called
Oh,
the Urantia book. It's as if the Bible met Star Trek.
oh, sweet. That
Wait,
sounds cool.
what?
I kid you not. It talks about the Galactic Foundation, people of light, all kinds of weird shit in here, dude.
How many copies of it do you have? Can I have one?
I have one. I had to special order this, but I will bring it down there and donate it to the ACA.
That's awesome.
All right. When
There's a book I'm trying to remember so hard the name of right now. Oh,
Is it
fuck.
the
This
Gospel
is
of the
driving
Flying
me
Spaghetti
crazy.
Monster?
No.
Which is definitely
It's actually one of the earliest Christian texts that before they started burning them, that promotes magic. Oh
Bible?
fuck! What is the name of it?
I have the
God
witch.
damn it! Huh?
I have the Witch's Bible.
Yeah, I have that too. No, it's like literally from the 15th or 14th century. Oh God, I'll have to go in my boxes and find it, like the actual copy, so that I can figure out what it's called. It's some weird archaic name. Anyway, it's very fascinating. It's interesting. There's a lot of fucking geometry. It's very cool. Like, I can't do geometry.
Oh, you mean geometry bullshit?
Well, it has a lot of geometry in it, yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a sect of Christianity that still, well, shit, the Catholic Church too at the time was still promoting the belief in magic and use of magic before it became sinful.
Rituals are.
Well, yeah, I know, but it was before they put a coating on it and pretended like it never existed, and oh, it's all evil now. Fuck it. It was before that shit,
and also doesn't exist.
Right? Because earlier in the Christian timeline, it wasn't evil. Like, your basic midwife used, quote, magic to help birth children.
Jamie, there was a comment on my last stream that just came through, directed at you.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, change your stinking queen shirt already. From somebody named Poning You.
I like the queen shirt.
Yeah, so do I.
It is
The
awesome.
queen shirt is dope.
I'm thinking.
I think what they're wanting is for you to change your shirt on camera.
Oh.
That's the only sense I can make of that, because
Do you want me to fire up the porn tunes?
Like not wear the queen shirt anymore.
No, the connection to Zoroastrian, Sumerianism, and Egypt or religions are all in the Torah. What? No, it's not new. That is not new. Sorry, I'm looking at the comments on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's not exclusive to the New Testament in Christianity. They started with the Old Testament and the Torah.
It's about what?
Dead Sea Scrolls?
No.
Okay. All right. Anyway, the Urantia book.
It's an actual book.
1924, and the rest of it was finished in 1955 in Chicago.
The Dead Sea Scrolls?
No, the Urantia book.
Oh, Urantia. Wait.
Urantia is the name of our planet, apparently.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones, I've heard of this name before. It's from, it's a popular work of bullshit.
Popular work of bullshit.
Well, we can all guess that one.
I love that.
Is it authored by Thoth? Fuck.
No, that's the Egyptian god of wisdom.
Yes, but he authored, or there was some motherfucking famous psych.
My online pseudonym, by the way.
What?
Back in the day, my old online pseudonym was Thoth 57.
Yeah.
I received in a 57 Chevy.
But it was some famous psychic dude who was channeling Thoth when he wrote whatever the hell else that the emerald tablets in it, among other things.
Let's see. Medium that.
Medium Thoth emerald tablets.
I have a pussy that's talking.
That cat is really distracting.
So I
I have to say.
Talented.
but like other than that, I'm kind of so.
I bet it's a
Some-
really
some
interesting
dudes-
conversation with your pussy.
You mean the Hermetica? The Hermetica? Lost Wisdom of the Pharaohs?
Oh, it's no. He was like a dude in the 20th century.
Aleister Crowley?
No, not Crowley, another fraud.
Well, he had
Aleister
a Thoth tarot deck that I actually have.
You have
Oh, I have that too. I have that tarot too.
And
Good.
before we get
Really
too
cool
far
art.
away from the fact, I really have to point out the absolute poetic brilliance of the fact that we just witnessed, if I got this correctly, the donation of a Necronomicon during a Save the Rainforest fundraiser.
That is true. And I think that highlighting the importance of that is really about. Like,
That is
Save
like
the motherfucking rainforest,
I really
goddammit.
think- I don't
that
think that
really
it
gives
can,
me the feels.
that we need to save the rainforest. Everyone knows we need to save the rainforest. And literally, no, like, I feel like The Onion, given an extra, like, $1,000 to produce their video, would do this really well. But it's like, and given that everyone cares about the rainforest, but also doesn't really care about knowing about the rainforest, they just want it to be there so they can
Right.
breathe. Just throw money at it. It's fine.
Yeah. Throw money
Assuming
at it.
somebody doesn't
You know?
care about 20%, give or take,
I'll
of
be
the
honest.
world's oxygen production.
Yeah, like I
Zero.
feel like that I would be better educated by learning more about, I don't know, the whole biosphere, basically, and the life cycle of oxygen, etc. Whatever, because eventually I'm going to get to the point where I have to talk to someone about them denying, I don't know, global warming and use that as leverage to talk about epistemology or something. But in terms of, oh, hey, how much do you care about the intimate details of global warming and the various, points that we brought up? I'm sorry, my interest is very, very low. Personally, you should be very interested. Other people should be. Some of them, because I'm not, and somebody has to care about the details. I would like.
You just
not have to worry
highlighted
but
one of the biggest problems with, well, like things like the rainforest, for example, is that we do have too many, I would argue. We have too many people, including our own goddamn president, who completely denies climate change. So
yeah.
when you have a society that denies reality to
Mhm.
such a crazy degree and so vehemently, how are you supposed to rally the troops to like help save shit like the rainforest or help give a shit for that matter?
I can make a suggestion.
Go for it.
Assassination.
I tend to kind of actually be on your side in the situation. That's typically my answer as well. Like typically my response is assassination in a video game. But
I'm gonna be snipping it out of my video, and then I'm gonna have a call from the CIA in the morning.
I said in a video
They're not
game.
going to call ahead.
In a video game.
No. She's gonna show up at my door, my window.
No,
But here is some food for thought, though. I had just watched a video by Hank Green of SciShow. He had just recently put out about the rainforest fires and that they are not burning, that they are being burned. Not so much inciting that it's intentional arson, but how there is not too much of a pressure to put these fires out.
Right.
Because
There's
of the
not.
importance of the rainforest, how it is a global importance, but it is not an economic importance for places like Brazil,
Yeah.
because it's just sitting there not making any money. And in a
And-
place that's in economic distress,
To make all the
this
money you
land
want to
can be used for other things, and it just sitting there producing the world's oxygen that everybody is breathing and harboring all these life
and
forms
diverse
and
ecosystems.
diverse. Yeah, it's not making them any money. And
Yeah, how sad is that everything is
that
reduced
is
to how much money you can make for a
that
state
is
or government or whatever,
absolutely nauseating to
right?
think about it that way, but you have to be real about it.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh, yeah, but we already knew about this.
yeah, we
Yeah.
already know about this, but it's the thing that, we start a fundraiser like this to help save it. The reality may be that, yes, there are people that are going to go down there and help to fight this because it is a global, absolute critical importance to
Darn right, there's
save
going
this,
to be people down there.
But the local economy will be slightly hesitant to fight this because the more land that is cleared by this, bunny ears act of God will clear land for economy growth. And
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
God can
It
fuck.
is. I want to point something out real quick. So Bub makes a good point because a lot of people do say this. He said people are distracted by their real lives. Paying bills takes a higher priority for most people than saving the Amazon rainforest. Agreed. However, people need to think of it in terms like this. Just because you can't see it or you're not looking at it or you're not touching it doesn't mean it doesn't affect you. So if people don't start caring, then it won't matter if you pay your bills or don't pay your bills because you won't be alive.
Yeah.
Indifference is the
you're
root
gonna have
cause for
a
most
disaster.
injustices that we've ever encountered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, what's his face? Philosophy Tube. Do any of you watch him ever?
Oh, Ollie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see his most recent video that's
I have
actually
not.
about climate change?
That I have not.
You should definitely check it out. It wraps this up in perfectly. It specifically talks about the philosophy behind our environment and how, think of your house. You can touch the walls in your house. You can see your house. Your house is a tangible thing.
Yeah.
But you don't really often go around life thinking about your house unless something goes wrong with it, right?
Yes.
So anything outside of your house is even further removed from your consciousness. The forest outside of your house, for example, completely removed from your consciousness because you don't think about that unless you have a reason to.
Yeah.
And so he kind of takes that and expounds upon it to make a very compelling argument as to why so many people are disconnected from this issue.
Yeah.
It's disconnection in itself.
It's interesting.
People do not make the connection between a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
It was earlier today. I'd actually posted something on Twitter to support Nacho, and it's in relation to that we are the universe. Like the composition of our bodies is completely in
We're star
sync.
stuff.
Is completely in sync with the main elements. I mean, list, just element by element, the most abundant things is just check it right off the list is exactly in sync with what our bodies are. And everything that goes on in the universe is just, you can scale it down in everything. And this just, it even ties into social circles.
Yep.
We need to be able to link ourselves to everything, including the ecosystems, including the planet, the universe, the fucking everything ties in together.
Well, see,
and
this
you can
is
scale
where
everything down, and you do not realize how big of a part you play in everything.
This is where the indigenous people had it right and we have it all wrong. Because indigenous population, they actually were completely in tune, still are, with their environment, whereas we never really have been.
Sorry, hold on. Which indigenous peoples are you talking about?
All of them.
And generally, just
as a
tribal
whole.
civilizations.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that
I mean, look at the pipeline, for example.
well,
You
yeah,
know,
so
like
it's
Standing Rock.
modern, but like the people of Japan, right? Like their heritage.
Oh God, we're gonna
continues
go
to
to
be-
Japan. You threw that curveball at me, really? We're gonna go
No,
to
I'm
Japan.
just trying to.
No, not so much indigenous populations.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
you
like,
know, the people of Japan are indigenous to that area.
Yeah.
More or less tribal
Tribes,
civilizations like the
yeah.
Native Americans
People
and
that
the
we
Aborigines and
colonized.
stuff like that.
Exactly.
so my problem with this is that it seems like I've heard a lot of these, right? And it seems like a sort of I don't know, like this weird view of like it's not quite othering in the negative sense, but like, oh look at these, people with, nature and painting with all the colors of the wind perfection, and it's sort of like, okay,
No.
I get that, right? Like we're talking about peoples that didn't decide, hey, we should take over the world or whatever. Like
I don't mean it in that
the
sense.
motherfuckers
I mean
across
it
the
in the
sea, but
sense of it's another thing that was robbed from those people and from that time that never really came back. Like, say what you will about the society that we built, but we never have gotten that back. Does that make sense?
No, I totally see what you're saying, Silver.
A lifestyle that's sustainable based on the land that based on all of the resources and interaction with the rest of the earth. So you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not just what you're saying, Silver, but also, Jamie, what you're saying. There is a balance. Like the indigenous populations that we're talking about, yes, they had harmony with their environment. They had this understanding of nature and their immediate surroundings, and they used everything. They didn't waste anything. They didn't produce plastics. They weren't toxic to their environment. But at the same time, knowledge and advancement, technology, maybe our saving grace at some point at destroying an asteroid that is coming towards Earth, which you would not achieve with that with that tribal indigenous. We're making peace with our environment, but at the same time, we're not making the advancements that we could use to get off this planet when the sun starts dying. There's a balance that we need. Where are we growing too big for our britches?
Absolutely.
Are going to be able to control ourselves to a point where we're not saving ourselves but destroying ourselves? Are we going to be able to save ourselves? Yes, of course. But are we going to be able to advance socially and internally to a point where we can handle the advancements that we're creating? And that seems to be a really, really fucking hard thing to do. We're making pretty good strides on being able to do that, but as a society, we're holding back too much. And this is where shows like Jamie does is really important. It's not like religion is killing everything, because there are some theists out there like Ocean and like the polytheists. They're just fucking people that just believe shit. And they're not causing any problems. They're not creating any laws. They're not holding on to idealisms. They're not holding on to ideals that are toxic.
Right.
But it's just holding on to the bullshit that keeps us from advancing and just keeps us toxic. That is what's ruining and what's holding back our ability to, substantiate and control our knowledge. We're advancing at the same point we're holding ourselves back, and that is such a bad bed filler. And it shows like what Jamie's doing with talking. We're trying to advance ourselves. We're trying to let go of some of the bad ideas that we have. And
Yeah.
we're trying to keep ourselves from being toxic. And that is so fucking important because we are growing out of our pants with knowledge, and we are holding ourselves back at the same time, and
I
we are
couldn't agree
killing
more.
ourselves.
I could not agree with that more. Absolutely.
I
Let
guess
me
I
do
could go
some
on
myth
for a long time with that,
busting
but I'm
real
gonna give somebody
quick.
else a chance to talk.
So, okay, I was looking at the comments. 1964. Okay, so let me chip in something. Industrial age is a reality. This is a way of life. Which is way hard to let go for most people. People are not going to give up cars, trucks, trains, or planes, and there is just no way to make all those vehicles electric. Okay, let me do some myth busting real quick. So, okay, in the big scheme of things, maybe one day, yeah, that will be a thing where we're able to do that. Because of the technology that we have, because we actually do possess the technology to do such things. However, no one is asking people give up planes, trains, and automobiles. No one's asking that. Let me ask you something. Are you aware that literally 100 companies produce over 80% of the toxic emissions that are actually giving way to climate change? Like
Bam.
100. That's it. 100 companies produce 80% of the world's pollution. So we're not talking about planes, trains, and automobiles.
Anybody want to take a stab on what percentage of those 100 companies Trump has stock in?
Right?
I don't know the answer to that, but I'm
I
gonna
don't
say
know
it's
the
over
answer
50.
either. Right? I'll go with you too on that. Yeah.
I don't know. Whomever is investor thinks. I have never come to the default conclusion that Donald Trump or the Trump
Oh, read my earlier comment.
company make the most strategic investments or strategic decisions of any kind. But yeah, probably it's a bunch. Definitely has stock in ExxonMobil. You have to basically.
Yeah.
Well, strategic
He
can be
must.
used loosely there.
Yeah. Well,
The earlier comment was the only thing that will help is big regulations on the fossil fuel industry, with afterburners, water filtration systems, etc. Stop deforestation. 1964. Yes, I completely agree with you on that. 100%.
It'll be interesting because I'm not sure how much really the tobacco industries were ever held to account for the fucking damage that they did, even just within American jurisdictions, right? And so it'll be interesting because the state attorney generals are there doing shit or whatever. At least they were
Doing shit.
Yeah, they're
that's a good way to put it.
doing shit. Filing their court papers and whatnot. It was more than a year ago, and I haven't checked in. I got a new phone, and I don't have a good podcast app, so now I'm completely uninformed. But
That's okay.
True story. But it's going to be interesting to see, and it's going to be interesting to see and then talk to my dad with, because we basically, I think, probably have a very large fundamental disagreement just on where we're coming from on most things, right?
Yeah, that's how I am with my mother.
Right? He's a decent person, in his time. He was was doing stuff with the Rainbow Coalition and everything. But it's also now he's old. So, and more religious. But
why does that happen? Is it because they're afraid to die when they're getting older?
I don't know. I
That is a
feel
big
like
because my
driving
mother
force.
has become that way too. My mother, when I was growing up, she was irreligious.
Mm.
My grandmother was the one that was devout religious, and that's how I got introduced to religion. But like, because my grandmother helped raise me, but like, my mom with age has just become more and more indoctrinated to a scary degree.
Silver,
Yes.
what are you doing? You're supposed to come on my channel and tell me these stories. You're not supposed to spoil this shit now.
Hey, it's a preview, okay? But it's a preview that has me in it, so you.
So it's even better.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's just the appetizer. It's just to get everybody's palate wet.
All right. Do you want me to come on and share your story with me?
I'd love to, sure.
All right, then I shall send you a schedule in your DM.
Sounds
Basically, everyone should share their story with Neil.
I think so.
The
awesome.
deposit.
Yes, everyone should share their story with Neil. Did you just say the depository? What?
He didn't say suppository, so I'm cool.
I didn't say suppository. I said deposit of. We're all depositing our.
Okay, deposit
Can
information.
we create the word
Neil?
Every single person
Depository
in my
here?
stream right now has been on my show. The only one that has not.
Wait, I thought, has Silver been on your show?
No, not yet. I said everyone in my stream. I was sorry. That was actually directed at you, Silver. Everyone else in my stream has been on my show already.
Well, the rest of us are here too, Neil. God.
I've seen them on your show.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I watch you, asshole.
I know. I'm really bad. Sometimes I don't pay attention to the chat. It depends on how
Oh,
deep.
no, you're fine. I don't usually chat that much.
Okay.
I typically just kind of listen because they're interesting conversations that I just kind of like to listen to. So
That's kind of what I do at work. I always throw on like all the big ones, like the Talk Heathen and Atheist Experience and Truth Wanted. I usually listen to all three of them back to back. Start with Truth, then Talk Heathen, then Atheist Experience. And then I usually go on to something by Seth Andrews or Godless Engineer or Shannon Q or Apologia or usually something
I
like
love Shannon.
Oh, by the way,
love.
I'm going to be in an upcoming Prophet of Zod video. He's got one called
Yay!
Yeah, he's got one called Into the Zodverse, which is a spoof of the Into the Spider-Verse that Marvel did, the animated one. And I play old Zod.
Oh, awesome.
Look forward to that. Yeah. It took me about, I don't know, an hour to do the vocals or the voice over work. Few run-throughs, and then I did it. It's a lot of fun, and it should be pretty funny. I think it's coming up soon because you already did the butt, that butt dude or whatever. The fuck's his name? Richard or something. Anyway, and he's sort of mentioned in it, so it's coming up soon. Yay! Plug.
Woo!
Donate to save the fucking forest.
Really? Because none of this can exist without it.
That's right. We wouldn't be talking if it wasn't here.
Don't suffocate to death. Don't do it.
Anyway, yeah, links are in the description box below. And my usual, moderator extraordinaire is in the chat now.
I'm still shilling.
That's good. Pop that link in there again because it's coming up to 11 o'clock my time. And
it's almost 2 a.m. here.
Exactly. All right. And I have to get up at 4 in the morning.
Good Lord.
I know. But I got to be at work.
Wow.
So that's kind of why I have to do that. So I'll get about 5 hours-ish sleep, which is good for what I have to do. I just work in a lab, man. It's no big deal. It's like sulfuric acid, all kinds of shit.
It's no big deal. It's not like I'm dealing with anything dangerous. It's okay.
That's right.
You should go to bed. Don't die, Neil. We need you.
No, I'm not gonna die. It's all right. I do this all the time.
That doesn't. Okay.
I I know it doesn't mean that tomorrow I'm not.
I'm not your mother. But you
I'm not your mother.
Kind of sound like her right now.
Look, I'm not your mother.
it's that. Oh God, here we go. It's that.
You're hungry? Take some food with you. You look skinny.
How many Jewish mothers does it take to spoon a light bulb?
One. You know, she doesn't.
No, don't bother. It's fine. I'll tell you in the dark. Don't worry about it. I just raised you. It's fine.
Yeah,
No life going on.
There's Josh.
Hey,
He never writes. He never calls. What do I need light for?
Yeah, I know.
that's
Oh
that's
my
very good.
god.
My mother's Episcopalian. She just knows where I live. So.
Oh, are we bashing the Jews?
No, we're bashing everyone. God, you're the worst.
Poor
Josh, it's
Jews.
okay.
Leave the
Next
Jews
year.
alone. Shit.
I was a Jew.
Really? That was the summation of this video, and now it'll be monetized on YouTube, right? So it's the.
No, dude, my videos don't get monetized.
I'm so glad that someone got that as a joke and let it sit as like a missile blow to white supremacists somewhere.
All right, so
No
I
one
have
thinks
they
you're a
ruin all
secret
my
white
jokes by taking
supremacist.
them
It's
serious.
okay.
Sorry. What were you saying about white supremacists?
yeah, you guys are walking on each other here.
I trampled all over you, Silver. What did you say?
I said no one thinks you're a secret white supremacist. It's okay.
Again, no one thinks I'm a secret white supremacist. Hey.
It's okay. No one thinks you're an overt white supremacist either. It's okay.
No, I was gonna say no. I can't do that.
It's not a secret.
No, whatever. I'll tell you guys afterward. No, it's fine.
Afterwards. Dun, dun, dun. Cliffhanger. Star Trek. What is that? Star Trek special effects. Wiggle the camera.
The spinning camera.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I gotta get with some people in my Twitter group for tech support.
Why?
Tech support.
For what though?
I ordered a camera and my shit is not syncing up correctly to my computer. So either I lose my camera and it tries to default to the computer camera, like the built-in cam, or I get the camera and I lose my audio.
That's
Like
what happened to you
I don't
earlier
know
today.
what the fuck is going on. I have no idea. The computer keeps losing audio in general, and
Have
it's
you-
not.
Have you checked the driver files?
Yeah, like it's a brand new computer. Like it works fine. It's just when I plug in certain shit, it does something that I'm not sure what, where I have to go reset everything. Like it does something in the background, and then I have to go digging for what the hell it did, and then I have to undo it. But it's very
Sounds
strange.
like you have tech problems.
Exactly. And the really ironic thing is that I used to work professionally in IT, but that was like literally over a decade ago. So
But you're lost.
Exactly. So I'm an idiot now. Like
No, it's okay because that's actually ironic.
Wait, it's okay because it's ironic.
irony.
Well, people get actual situational irony mistaken quite often.
I was gonna say-
And I have an appreciation for actual situational irony, and that is, so you're not an idiot. Shit happens.
Irony is not COVID.
I'm just behind the times,
Let's say-
man. I'm just
I was gonna
behind the times.
How much can you forgive for situational irony? Because my mind immediately formed a joke a la Godwin and was like, there's these Nazis being like, haha, we're ironically Nazis. And then Holocaust 2.0. Whoops. No, it's good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't know why anyone would want to be. Even
Irony
ironically.
has nothing to do with
I didn't
forgiveness.
say. Okay, all right, whatever. It's
I was gonna say that's not really irony. That's just funny.
Thank you for getting me back. Because if everyone turned on me, I was doomed.
It was funny.
Well, yeah,
I
it's
laughed
humor.
first.
It's fun. We all laugh. It's humorous. Not really irony though. It's just humor.
Well,
Is it just me, or was Morissette's song ironic, completely unironic?
It was. It
It's-
wasn't
I mean-
No,
ironic
but
at all.
isn't that a lot of the situational irony that we were talking about before? Isn't that because a lot of people do say that song isn't ironic, but it's not
It's
one
ironic
sort of
that it's
irony.
not
It's a different
ironic.
sort of irony.
yeah.
People
No, that's the thing.
overuse
You know, which
The
makes
ironic.
song is called ironic, and nothing
which
about it
makes it
is
a
ironic.
meta commentary on the culture of the 90s. I will drink my beer now.
No, it's ironic because nothing about it is ironic, and it's called ironic, so that's ironic. So
Right.
it kind of works.
Like rain.
On your wedding day. And that's just
Sleigh
unlucky.
ride, and you're already paid.
Should have called the song Unlucky. That's all it really is. Unlucky.
Unlucky, man.
Unlucky.
Fucking unlucky, man.
Yeah.
That's what you should have called that
Unlucky
song.
and worthy of a Facebook. That's basically. No, there was-
You're changing the name of this song.
Did y'all ever hear the new version of that song that she
It
did
was
on
on-
SNL?
Or no, it was on. I thought it was on James, British person that we stole for a talk show.
James Gordon.
Gordon.
James Gordon.
Gordon.
It's a long name for a TV.
I thought it was
Corbin.
SNL.
Maybe.
Don't know.
Anyway,
I don't remember which show it was
Sorry.
on, but I remember
It
seeing it.
rose to that level.
whatever show it was. So I'm
Did
guessing.
she call it?
I'm guessing
Did
you
she
did
call it
hear
congruent?
He called it irony.
No, it was still called irony. It was just updated for like modern times instead of the 90s. And she's talking about when you're sitting there with your vape pen
Oh yeah,
and there's a no vaping
I
sign.
remember that. No, that was on
Yeah,
a talk show.
yeah.
It was on a talk show. It wasn't SNL.
It was James
It was,
Gordon.
it was
Okay,
SNL.
okay.
Trust
I
me,
stand
it was
corrected.
James Gordon.
He does
SNL.
like singing stuff.
Has
Trust
That was
me,
good.
I know. I couldn't get his
James
name right
Gordon's
before, but I know.
But yeah,
It's like I have.
no.
it was.
I
it
know
was
it. I
funny.
know it's James Gordon because one of her lyrics is about like wanting one fucking female host for any of the any of the
Yeah.
Oh,
late
yeah.
night talk
I mean,
shows.
It does. It makes sense because he does.
Like
Yeah.
achieving your dream and then having her yell at you.
That's
because you
right.
did it. And it's like
He does a lot of this. He does a lot of singing too, so that makes
anything
sense.
is an embodiment of like you know the continuing to pursue and achieve like goals for equality and feminism,
Mhm.
bumping up against the like sort of moderate like, well, I don't hate women, like
Yeah.
the moderate. It's like that moment because I'm like, that is a problem. Yeah, but James Gordon left, so it was good, right? Or Corden. What the fuck did you say his last name was?
I'm not.
Corden.
He has the same first
Corden.
legal name as me, and he
Corden.
Corden,
Gordon.
that guy.
Yeah.
That-
Done. Boom. Knowledge. That's what's up.
Knowledge.
I
Knowledge.
do it once in a while.
I definitely have to say knowledged with a K.
Acknowledged. Doc in the chat said, wait, where is it? Oh my god. Doc said, I'm a, quote, people with an inferiority complex supremacist. Oh my
That looks
god,
good.
that's cute.
That's actually
It
pretty
sounds
funny.
like this is wrapping up.
Well,
It's bad that gingers are that lefties are supreme and that gingers are second. Otherwise, it would be bad.
well,
Mostly lefties, I think. You left hand? You lefty? Forgot.
No, I'm correct-handed.
Yeah.
correct.
You're wrong-handed. It's not his fault. It's not
Yet
his
another reason I love
He was
Josh.
born that way.
Correct-handed.
My
If
sister
it
is
was
a
supposed
lefty.
Me
to be
too.
the left hand that's correct, they wouldn't have called the right.
No, it's because the
Oh.
right majority has been oppressing the left for years, and your right-handed power
Come to
all
this,
over
really.
the place, chanting right power all in. I just can't take it anymore.
You know what they used to do when I was in school?
What if you're ambidextrous?
They used to. I would love to be ambidextrous. Oh my god! But when I was in school, if you were left-handed,
I
they
am
would
at night.
tie your left hand behind your back in school to the
Yep.
chair
Yeah,
and force you to write with your right hand. Yep.
yeah, that's right oppression.
I mean,
right?
if
Yeah, that I would agree
Yep.
with.
someone had to
It
do
is.
something, teach them how to do it right.
You can get the fuck out of my room with your right power crap. God, I can't even deal with it.
Damn right power. Fuck.
Right?
Hey, I was born this way. I can't help it.
Oh, the puns are
It's
endless.
not
He
some
was
people's
born this
fault they're
way.
born right. It's just that they're right. Like they've got a backwards view on the world. They don't understand like lefties do.
Right. So true.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know
Um,
why anyone would choose to be left. I mean, it's
You-
obviously a choice.
You can't choose to be left. Born better.
Well, I mean, if your right hand's a little tired, I mean, something's got to take over.
You just sit on it till it goes numb, and then you can play the stranger.
I was fixing to say
Oh,
that.
God.
Oh my god, I was just fixing to say that. You can sit on it for a while.
I almost made Jamie spit. That is amazing.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of some pun where it's like, oh, well, I can wank with the other hand, but I know it's wrong. Whatever. But like,
Oh, God.
I thought this was supposed to feel like somebody else. That's why you got to sit on it and make it go numb first. There you go.
Exactly.
I'm not that.
Here we go, Jamie. You could say, well, it has to be right if the left hand is tired enough.
No, it's that the left hand not being
Where has
right
this
hand
conversation gone?
being sinister.
Yeah, I know.
Sinister comes from right.
Welcome to my channel.
Comes from the left
Oh,
or
wait
left.
till you're on my channel.
Or left is sinister.
I get
That is
bloggers
literally
on my
where that
channel.
word comes from. Did you just go grab a cat as well?
I mean,
I
He
didn't
was still
grab
hungry.
anything.
it was free.
Well, the cat's still mine. It's fine.
Oh, it's floof hour.
There's a pussy.
Yay.
Yeah,
Priceless.
you can't say I don't
Now
provide.
there's more than one.
Go and donate.
Pussies rule. Save the rainforest.
I think actually, yes.
Like
Pretty
I
sure
throw
there
with
are
my right
probably a
hand, but
lot
I
of
can
pussies
toss
in the
well with both.
rainforest.
But you can do what with both? Sorry.
I can throw. I throw with my right hand, but I can toss well with both.
Mm, that sounds sexy.
Hey,
Everybody's ambidextrous if given the right amount of motivation.
Oh, not everybody.
I tried so hard to be ambidextrous, but it did not work out.
No.
Because I used to paint and draw. I tried to do it with both hands, but I just can't.
Have you seen the
Sorry,
video of the
from the
draw
context.
that way? The whole both hands, and they do. Have you ever seen that?
Have
Wait,
I
they
ever
do-
seen what?
Are you touching boobs there? What were you doing?
well, no, they do both hands like mirror image.
Draw mirror image, same thing.
Oh, not taking a bra off. Oh, okay. I'm with you.
No. That's more like this.
I misheard you. Yeah, that's all that
Let
was.
me tell you, queer here, and I know that this is not how you take a bra off.
Because it was the way he did the first movements. He just threw both his hands
We're
up
all
open, like.
all levels of familiarity with
Hey,
bras.
That's what you do.
I'm a master.
The bra.
I'm a master at removing a bra. All right, like give me a bra, any bra, I can get that bitch off. I promise.
In less than 2
I
seconds.
look forward to that.
Oh yeah.
I told you it's like this.
I was gonna say,
Without a pair of scissors.
if you come
No,
to Austin, we're gonna rent a mannequin and buy a ton of bras and
Here you
top.
go, folks. You heard it here first. A bra.
Can't we just throw the bra on Jamie?
No.
Oh,
I'll tell you what.
you brought on me,
will
but I'm not going to
accept
be
this
there.
challenge.
I'll be the mannequin. You can put the fucking thing on me.
Yay!
And then whoever
No,
gets it off
the
first.
mannequins don't have hair. Like hair is.
I will
mean, man?
outdo all of you men. I will
You know,
I will outdo all of you men with the bra removal.
I'm not trying to compete to be the most woke, but I believe, as a queer over here, that you probably will outdo me in the bra undoing department.
More than
I have literally
Cool.
never undone anyone
I
else's
love
bra.
when you say queer over here.
That's me, the queer over here. Not
I
quite
always
enough
call
on the
myself
shelf.
a thought. So you're the queer over here. I'm the thought. All right.
Yeah.
Cool
There you
deal.
It's
Given the subject matter, there's somebody that's not present that needs to be represented, and I just have to put the shout out for him and just put it out there for you guys. Titties.
oh, Duke.
Duke is not here, and I
Cool.
just have to represent him and just say titties because he would have said it by now.
Of course he would have said it. He always says it right before I sign off. I usually get my little spiel in. And I go, all right, we'll see you guys next time. And then Duke's like, titties. He just throws it in at the end. It's like a classic outro.
I'm just putting some love out there for him.
But who doesn't love
Hell
titties?
yeah.
Come on now.
I mean,
It's true. It's true.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't mean
Here
to,
we have Jamie showing us the
I don't
art.
mean to be that pretentious,
Oh, you
I like this to be edited.
like just because you're gay doesn't mean you don't like titties. Come on. You like hugging the titties. You like hugging the titties. Come on. You don't like titty hugs. Like when your best gal pal is just like, hey man, what's up?
gal
Give
pal?
you a big boob hug.
I get what you're saying, man, but you might
What
not
I
have
will
sexual
say
attraction to basketballs, but they're fun to play with from time to time, right?
What I will say is that I believe that tits are overrated.
Okay,
I love how
this is
Jamie
true.
like rocking
I will agree with that.
R//
Yeah.
unpopular opinion.
No,
Right here.
they're totally
Tits are
overrated. They're fun. They're totally overrated. Yeah.
I'm not objecting to the nickname fun bags, right? I'm just saying.
That ran through my head. That's why I'm laughing.
Fun bags.
I wasn't gonna say it,
I was making a list of nicknames for boobs in my head, and that one came up. So, Jamie, kudos.
Well, I need to get some saline up in my fun bags because they're losing all their fun.
Oh no.
So, what do you do? Does it come like butane? Do you hook up a can, or is it how would I know?
No,
I'm asking.
I just get it.
I don't know how
somebody just
you-
stabs me with a syringe and pumps them up.
All right, that seems
Okay.
fairly easy.
So
it
I
doesn't last that
Love-
long. It only lasts for
Love-
2 or 3 days and then it goes away. But
I think you're
Research.
thinking of Botox and
No, it's a thing. Hold on.
Botox.
No. You can have.
Saline gets absorbed back into the body.
Okay, I have to
There you
remember
go.
I'm on YouTube, so there's
Yeah.
only so much I can talk about. But No, you can inject saline in your boobs and like have a temporary boob job. It just, it because it's not actually surgery.
No, it gets absorbed.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
water.
So
it's
only
not
lasts a few
contained
days.
in a it's not encapsulated in anything, so it'll get absorbed by the body. I get
That's
it.
right.
Mhm.
Yep.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It is a thing. Yep.
Yeah.
So
You can do it for funsies.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
I was pretty sure that I was unfamiliar in general with human anatomy before, given that I was educated in Texas through high school. But yeah, no, I'm definitely have need of proper anatomy lessons. Or in summation, what is it?
Well, hey, I do sex education on my channel too. So,
Okay.
if there's
Yeah,
ever
really
something
good
you want to
working
know,
solo.
just
I was
come
gonna
at me.
We should check you out, and then also should check that. Let me just do a second. Hey, I should check out your channel, and then
Well, there's not much up there right now. Like usually, like it's in the live stream. So yeah, like
Would
I
you-
talk about a lot of sex in live streams.
I have an idea, Jamie.
because
Talk to
sexuality is on Thursdays. So it's
That's exactly what I was going to say. Talk to V and see if she'd have a call-in guest.
yeah.
'Cause I think
I
that
mean,
would
who
be
knows? Matt
pretty cool.
originally, you can go see his call into Atheist Experience. We'll see how it goes. So.
All right.
Cool.
Which is
Yeah.
something like that. I mean, if that's your expertise, then
Right.
why wouldn't they want to have that?
Well, I wouldn't say expertise. It's just something I enjoy doing.
Fair enough, but I think we often get very good at what we really like to do.
Enjoy? That's strange.
Like I like
I don't
talking
think
about
sex
sex
things
and
are
I like
supposed to be
talking about kink. So yeah.
It should be destigmatized anyway. Kudos.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, it should. Absolutely.
Josh saying, I don't think that sex things should be enjoyable.
Now,
What?
this is another thing that's actually ironic is the fact that our culture, like we're inundated by sex, right? Like commercials, advertisements,
sells.
like everything is sex.
Yeah.
But
How do you think Neil got this far?
the average person knows very little about sex because they're never taught about sex in the proper manner. How fucked up is that?
I don't know. I kind of learned behind a
Indeed.
dumpster.
Like you'd think for a culture that's so obsessed with sex, we would be a little bit more, not just educated, but a little bit more open about sex instead of being so
But the
asshole-ish.
obsession with the sex thing comes from that religious place, and they're very,
Oh yeah, very much
it's,
so.
you don't talk about this shit.
Mhm.
It's basically for procreation, and that's it.
Right, and see that's
It's the
kind of
mystique
where
created by the taboo
I get
that keeps it
pissed.
selling so good.
Yeah, and that's where I get pissed off because like I don't like that at all. Like no.
Well, it's an attempt at demonizing it.
Yeah, it would sell even better without the mystique.
Right. Well, I mean, like I would.
But is the
I
mystique
would
part of the
die
allure?
happy if, in some small fraction of a way, my existence can help further humans like embracing their sexuality and being proud of it.
I think that is a necessity because
I do
right
too.
now it's not a good place,
No, it's not. It's a very bad place.
and I don't understand why.
I don't either.
Like it boggles my
Because
mind.
we have enough people, especially in America, like we have enough people that are not religious. Like, I mean, we have more and more people moving away from religion every single day.
Oh wait, I'm not in America. Well, I am, but not in
Well-
your part of America.
You know what I mean? Still.
Of course.
But America and Canada too. Like
North America.
They just don't. Oh. but they like there's just no need for it. Like again, we're moving further and further away from religion as a whole. Like yeah, it still does have
The
a
nuns
stronghold,
are growing.
but as a whole, so it just like what's up with the sex hate? Like get off the hate train, man.
Yeah,
I think it's. Go ahead, Jamie.
It's left over. I think it's
Yeah.
Culture takes fucking forever to die, right?
Yeah.
And yet the good parts of it take fucking forever to start. So,
Hallelujah.
yeah.
So
Let me just say.
Exactly, in euphemistic form, though not.
Let me just say, consider how old I am. I'm 52.
I could say 3,000.
Oh, you're too kind. So I come from a generation kind of before you guys. Realistically, we do have a generation gap, but I get along great with you guys. I think it's fantastic. But the thing is, a lot of the people from my generation have old school thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a tough one to get past. But I think I'm an example of people that can get past that.
Well,
I think one thing that would
I
really
was raised in it.
One thing that would really help is, well, at least for this today, is if we could get people to put fucking in the Amazon on their bucket list.
You know what? I could totally do
I
that.
am so
like,
down
absolutely.
with this plan.
And
Yes.
for that to be a thing, they would need to be an Amazon.
Exactly.
Donation link in the description.
Hashtag
Thank you, Jamie.
Amazon.
Boom. Hashtag fuck the Amazon. Fucking the Amazon.
Fuck yes.
I'm going to have to go to bed soon, guys. So I need to know who's going to take over the stream when I take off. So if there's anyone in the chat.
Not it.
Neil, just turn your camera onto your bed and stay with us.
Stay with. You sure you're going to want to see it? What about my, about every couple of hours or so, you get that erection thing that goes on in the middle of the night that you have no control over, but it happens.
Why do you think we want
Make
you
sure
to keep the camera on?
It's like wait. I think look, there it is. He's got a
We'll bet on it when it
Omar the tent
all
maker.
proceeds to the Amazon.
Well, just keep it up north. Like
It's
near
called
your
a
face.
kickstand, man. It's what keeps me from rolling out of bed at
Pretty
night.
much where it points, anyways. At that point.
Yes,
No, just
this is
saying.
why women need on their bed.
Safety feature.
Oh shit! I'm dying. Oh, I'm dying.
What the hell happened?
I think I don't know, man, but I need to hear laughter. This is great.
Yeah, man.
Good try, IQ.
That was my Harvey Birdman. Come on.
It was actually pretty good. If that's what that was.
I haven't seen any Harvey Birdman.
Oh, dude, Jamie, you gotta watch it. It is so funny.
I've heard it's John H. Benjamin as the main voice.
No.
The guy from Archer.
H. John Benjamin? No, that's Archer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
And
finished
Bob
watching season 10, actually.
Of Archer?
Yeah.
I don't believe you that there's a season 10 of Archer. You're a liar.
Ooh.
It's the one in space.
Pronounce you!
Don't worry. At the end of it, he comes out of the coma and everything goes back to normal.
That's not season 10.
Yes, it
He's in
is.
a coma in like season 6.
Dude, he goes 3 years in
It's
a coma.
a coma,
They do the
man.
noir thing, then they do the fucking tropical island plane thing, like Rescue Rangers or some shit, and then they
It's
do
not a nap.
Arthur 1999,
What?
which is play off of. Yeah, he's in space. Dude, Pam is a giant rock chick thing.
Okay,
that's
all right,
not-
all right, stop. Don't say anything else. Is all of this available
Yes,
on
it's on Netflix.
Hulu?
Oh, that I don't know. I cannot give you
Is
that.
all of
answer.
this available on a legal streaming website?
Very much should
More
be,
than likely.
yes.
All right. Well, now I'm gonna wait. Now you can't leave before we're not live because I have to ask you actually where the fuck to watch this shit.
Dude, it is awesome too. Like they're so out of the norm of what you get in Archer that they take you away from that for a while, and I think the stories are really good. So then you go right back into Archer, and next year is just going to be phenomenal because they've already signed for a season 11.
Yeah. So that's good. I need to check. Do you know if It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia got a new Sorry, I'm just going.
I think so. I think so.
You don't like It's Always Sunny?
Why is
Now you guys know what I do in my
my
spare time.
volume not working? What in the
Archer's
fuck,
available on
man?
Hulu.
There you go. There, ladies and gentlemen, my moderator extraordinary comes through once again.
Yeah. Well, great. So it's.
Nope, and he
Well,
put it in.
if I can,
I expect
Put it in
something
the chat.
fabulous and beyond comprehension. That's just par for the course for you.
if I can
No.
figure out how to
Thank you.
how to fix my audio issues, I can pick up the stream.
What was that?
When you're done.
I'm kidding. You can pick up the stream? You'll do that?
If I can figure out my damn audio issues. I'm trying to, like, I don't have to use this camera. I'm just trying to figure out why,
Can you hack into the neighbor's camera?
like, it's not picking up my,
Consider
well, I have I have the built-in
cutting
camera
the
on
hard
my,
line to the mainframe.
I can just use the built-in camera, but it's not picking up my voice, like, at all. I don't know why. Hold on, let me hit troubleshoot. What the fuck is wrong with you? Pick up my voice, asshole.
Listen to me.
B. Beelzebub said I lives on the America's hat.
Listen. Yeah, well,
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
calling Canada America's hat is not original.
I know.
By proportion, that's way too big to be a hat. Though in the past, people have had big ass hats. So
Don't make me get mine.
if Canada had a
You
hat,
guys ever heard of the Melbourne Cup? These are the biggest hats. The spectacle.
Is that one like one of them?
Ridiculous. The amount of massive hats that go. It's a big horse race thing, which is deplorable in itself. But it's all about the biggest and most fancy, stupid looking hat and how many fucking things you can put on it. It is ridiculous.
Like Southern Baptist Sunday.
Like my birthday party last year. I'm just kidding.
Like
And
it was
nobody-
as big as a hat.
I don't know, you guys
That's a
rapping
thing.
or
hat, what?
otherwise I might bounce.
Are you? All right, brother.
Yeah, bit
See
buggy.
you, Naja.
Wait, hold on. What's the name of the thing?
Oh, Nacha.
Name of the what
The
thing?
name of the
Thing with the big hats. What's the name of the thing?
Melbourne Cup.
The Melbourne Cup. Okay.
Melvin.
My friend
The
over
thing
here was
with the
telling me
big
it's the
hats.
Melbourne Hat Festival.
It'd probably find it still.
Literally said Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, it's a horse racing thing, but all the people go. There's a big fashion event.
Why
And
is
the
Melbourne
hats is
Cup
always the
on a
spectacle.
Tuesday. Is it always on a Tuesday?
I think so. Yeah,
For horses.
Gladly pay
radio,
Tuesday.
I don't particularly follow it. But anyway, guys, have fun. Much love. Thanks for having me, Neil.
Thanks for jumping in, Nacho,
Much
man.
love,
Thanks a lot.
Nacho.
Donate.
See you, Naja.
If it's an
Donate for the Amazon.
Absolutely.
Buy cheese. No.
All right.
Nacho. That's not your witness.
Yeah, his name is Cheesy.
Nacha's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Ex Jada.
One of the
Love
first
Nacho.
people that accepted me into the little Twitter community was Nacho, actually.
I thought you were gonna say
Aw.
one of the first people, and then just
Yeah,
continue
he's a
from there.
sweetheart.
And then leave a mystery. One of the first people that you'll have to figure it out for yourself. Read through my memoirs when I'm gone.
It's like that's not. I don't know where he's from, but
Australia.
Beyond the north.
Yeah, that works too.
I also bet not. So there's that.
And to boot, on top of Archer, there is also Harvey
back to Archer.
Birdman available on Hulu. So
Harvey Birdman.
Awesome.
check him out.
I have seen none of, but have been told that it would be great for me to see. So
Yeah, that was literally like 5 minutes ago, right here.
no, Harvey Birdman.
Yeah, listen to the man. He's smart. He knows he's
Harvey
talking.
Birdman.
Yes, they
early.
were.
They
Look at
were
him. He's a wizard.
Harvey Birdman early. Oh my God! You were
Oh
determined
Lord.
to be a Jewish couple. I refuse.
I'm coming over there for some gefilte fish.
I mean, I do have some whitefish in the salad and schmear. No bagels, though.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm fine with that.
that's because you can't get bagels. You can only get uncooked.
I'm there. If you're feeding me, I'm there. You know. I was talking about that with Courtney Hurd, who's Godless Mom. I'm trying to get her to come down to Faithless Forum as well.
Oh,
And
please.
her and I.
Can we get a group conversation? Like we don't have a lot of room for kids here, but she can certainly stay for like a weekend at least.
Courtney?
Put us in touch.
Jamie, I'm working on it, buddy.
All right.
I had her on my show recently, and we became quite quick friends because we both live in the same province.
Mhm.
And when I'm up in Summerland, which is where she lives, we'll get together or have a beer or two. That's going to happen. It hasn't happened yet. We had the opportunity once, but unfortunately, it was during a time where I couldn't get over to see her. But I'm trying to get her to come down because I think a lot of people in a group that was voting for, I think it was Owen that started this actually. He said, "Who would you like to see at Faithless Forum?" And her name came up quite a bit.
Good.
So trying to talk her into that. And her and I are going to do a podcast together as well. So
Awesome.
No, we should get for Faithless Forum. Ricky Gervais.
that would be, dude,
Shit.
that would be
Yeah,
huge. That would be huge.
Huge. Huge.
Yep. Hey,
But not
if we get
impossible.
Matt to ask him on Twitter.
Hey, Hunt, look, listen, darling. I love at the present moment, the Matt Dillahunty, president of the community of Austin, is going to be pulling for other. I'll see you in Austin on March 23rd, and the weekend preceding it. Is basically the only reason we haven't already released shit. We can't decide whether it should be just that day or just that
Dude,
weekend. Or
don't spill anything here that is going to
my
get
God.
you into
What did
trouble.
I do?
I can't. I'm in charge of. Nothing's going to get me in trouble. I'm invincible. I'm impenetrable
Oh,
to
man.
the slim
Impenetrable.
arrows of trouble.
Don't say that at the bar. You'll never get picked up.
I don't try to get picked up at the bar. I get pull up on.
Well,
He doesn't
you know,
have to try. People pick him up at the bar.
I was gonna say, like,
That doesn't
mean
right.
you're unfamiliar with gay privilege. I get picked up anywhere I want.
All it takes is a right swipe.
It's basically.
You have gay privilege. You get picked up anywhere you want.
I was gonna
That's
say,
right.
swipes
I love
take too
it.
much effort. We don't
I
use
love
the
it.
grinder.
That's great.
You know who doesn't like getting picked up at bars?
Nobody's been able to do that with me yet.
Midgets don't like getting picked up anywhere.
Oh, what? What?
That's a joke I would run by Mark before it said.
Too
Yeah.
soon.
I didn't. I missed it.
You know who doesn't like getting picked up at bars? Midgets. They don't like getting picked up anywhere.
I think it's funny.
I think it's humorous, but on behalf of
Slightly
liberal
humorous.
people, I do not know what their preference is for being branded and handled by.
I may be cussed out by a midget in the next 24 hours, but it's okay.
I was gonna
I
say,
will
well,
apologize.
It's
All right, well.
like they'll be able to beat you up.
Okay, Josh.
that's my joke about how you've stolen my stand-up. Stolen. Not that specifically, but you've stolen the spirit of it, which is that you can't say the slurs for people that are gay. or well, in polite company. You can't say for people that are gay or for people of color or about women, because we fight back for that. But lame still gets used all over the place because it's sort of like, what are they gonna do? They're gonna chase you down because you use the wrong slur. Like
That is
Right.
the form of bigotry known as ableism.
yes, it is.
yeah.
It's super
We
fucking
know.
ableist.
We
Don't-
know.
Don't throw me in the same.
What?
It's
I'm not
super
throwing you in
ableist.
any
It's
basket.
super. You're a basket.
We know that. We're just discussing it.
You're drunk.
You're drunk.
Not yet.
Drink
You
more than
drank all the beer.
that is true. We should drink
That's
more.
a problem.
I got a 12-pack yesterday. Today I got a basically all gone except for 2 beers. Came back from my day.
Hey, there were more than 6 left today.
Not when I came back.
I just meant that I only intended to drink it.
I mean, here's the thing. If somebody wants to have a laugh at my expense for any reason, I don't care if it's true or not. Have at it. I'm good.
You couldn't.
I
stop
know
it if
me.
you
I
tried.
know what's true about me, and I know what I'm fucking guilty of. I have zero hatred in my heart, even for people that deserve it, because I've gotten rid of it. I've gotten rid of all fucking hatred for everything. I don't even hate Nazis, even though they fucking deserve it, because hatred has no place in my life. I have an unconditional hatred list, but it's for inanimate objects like pumpkin spice and fucking yogurt. It's a way for me to control my hatred because it's for stupid shit. And psychologically, I understand. After a while, you deal with that, you think, okay, hatred is all about something stupid. So it's like a novelty, and it doesn't really control you anymore. It doesn't hold a place in your brain where it does anything important, like control your actions or how you fucking treat people. It is just a thing. So I have zero hatred for anybody. So I can make a joke about somebody for any fucking reason, but it is out of jest and it is not out of insensitivity or hatred. And that is what is really important about eliminating bigotry from your life.
I think that's good. I think it's so that mentality is good. I would say that it's also always still valuable. At least I always find it valuable to reflect on why a certain, like, even if you're not going to tell a joke, why that joke formulation would fill in your mind, right?
Oh yeah, no. I've asked myself all those questions. You're talking to Inquisitive Quandary here. That my whole thing is a fucking question.
Like humor is a way of not just dealing with social ills, but also examining what joke could formulate based on it, right? Like you can't make a joke about women being bad at driving because that doesn't make any sense because women aren't any worse at driving statistically.
That was a thing at one time, but eventually went away when the realization came through that some of them kicked our ass.
Shit like that tends to happen when you keep them from driving. But once you start allowing people to do shit, they tend to get better at it.
That's also true. But I mean that there's also that commentary on equality and arguments about equality in America. It's like no one argues.
Indeed.
Oh no, America's a great country. Oh no, America has always had gender equality. Women can drive. Like, because that's not a thing. Because it was never denied women. Because it's a thing that we take for granted. And that
you're right.
That's what real equality is, right? Where it's just not even a thing that you think about.
Yeah.
Women are allowed to wear flats.
Something is naturalistically thought. There's no
one would propagate that as, therefore women are depressed in American society, because that's always been a thing.
Or perhaps a chauvinistic attempt to put your foot on the throat of people that you would rather have underneath you for whatever fucking reason I don't understand.
Well,
I think answers for that. But the point that I was going to say is that arguments about equality always hinge on something changing and it being unfamiliar. And for the most part,
Yeah, I agree.
I always, for the sake of fairness, I always have to give the misogynists the person, sorry, a person arguing the viewpoint of misogyny, whatever the fuck. I can't even if I try. Like an extra yard of whatever, because the arguments that are brought forward are always so like women, if women are allowed to bowl, well, that the gestures of bowling prevent true fertilization of the egg. Like, it's the stupidest shit every time you ask it, and it's the same thing
stupid.
with every level of that's because that one I made up, but it's you couldn't tell the difference because it's the same shit every time. It's just something is different and a person doesn't like it, and they fail to come up with any reason for why it shouldn't be other than I don't like it.
Oh, but there are biological differences between women and men, right?
Sure, but
I mean,
we can't ever get to that conversation because there's people that women can't be lawyers because men have always been. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, but there are differences in the brain.
And there are psychological debates about it.
There are differences in the brain between every human being.
We are so far from any conversation about a XY versus XX. That's not the end all be all. We're so far from that. I feel like I talked over. Oh, we had a female member of the council. I talked.
No, to be honest,
she didn't leave because she thought I was
really
being serious and I'm taking
No.
the side of the misogynist here.
You're taking the side of the misogynist. Oh, Silver's back. Okay, sorry, Silver.
To be honest, in my opinion,
left in protest.
Women are superior to men psychologically in many areas. They are much better arguers. They are much better at deceiving people, which I'm not putting that in a negative light, by the way. That's that they are craftier in a lot of different areas. That I've seen women excel in a lot of different psychological areas than men, and that is threatening to the old school male dominant scene. And to try to suppress that would be a key point in trying to hold that dominance. And it's not going to hold forever.
I can see that. Well, okay, in general, women being good at things, which is just what humans do when they're.
Of course they are.
No, which is just what humans do when they're allowed to try at things. I can see that being threatening. Just in general.
I've always asked, like, what is threatening?
I mean, to me,
like,
I'm not afraid of anything.
Not specifically. No. I don't specifically mean to you, but what do you think people think is threatening about that?
Women
control.
People
what
don't
is
like
threatening
powerful
about a
women.
lack of control?
Sometimes.
Ask the Catholic Church.
Well, I think it's.
What do you think?
People who are misogynistic just see women as fundamentally different.
Oh, I know how misogynists see women. I'm not a stranger to that. I would have considered myself one in my early 20s for sure. Definitely. But
I know how misogynist.
Over time, see, I guess this is where just shit you go through in your age come into play. But the attitude I had back then is not even close to who I am now. So that's for all you youngins out there. You can change. So I mean, it's an example. But I just even back then I just never thought like what is so threatening.
I don't think there is a necessarily like perceived threat unless we're talking about like actual Illuminati type people if they exist. We can't
Fuck
let
the
women-
Illuminati. That's a
But
load of horse shit, anyways. But anyway,
Well, I'm just saying. I think in the majority of the population of misogynists, like the vast majority, I don't think they see women as a threat. I don't think they get around in groups and go, okay, what are we gonna do to keep the women down? Like
nuke them.
it's
Like
just
the tornadoes or
people
hurricanes.
who have an incorrect perception of of women. It's. I don't think there's an actual perceived threat by any individual.
Oh no, I agree.
I think in our generation,
true
no.
misogynists, they truly look down upon women,
Yeah.
and they don't see them as a threat, but they're not thinking about why they're looking down on them and why they've been taught to look down on them and why they actually look down on them is because really, if you stop suppressing something, the ultimate fear is the lack of control.
Yeah.
The whole reason that you would suppress somebody in the first place, really, because if they're really not a threat, let them fly, let them flourish, because they are truly not a threat. If
Fuck
you're
no, they're
suppressing
bad.
something,
Everyone
it is
has
to
something to bring.
suppress something that can ultimately control you, but you really don't think about it that way because they truly think that they are not a threat, but you don't stop to think about why you're suppressing in the first place.
No, there's still too many narcissistic people in power.
And it is still heavily ingrained in our society.
Yeah, absolutely, it is.
I mean, even
The
for
bigotry
women,
just
like,
comes
and I
naturally,
think this
and
is
that's
actually a
terrible.
bigger problem than people realize is the way that women are raised, the way that we are socialized.
Mm-hmm.
We are not raised to,
Not raised to be
believe
strong.
in all of this
Not raised
quote
to be-
power
yeah,
that we have.
right.
It's quite the opposite.
It's a role
You
play
know.
thing.
Exactly.
You have to play the role of the ideal family kind of shit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And sorry,
And
kids,
by the
but we don't
way,
play that way anymore.
I think I fixed my issues. So
You sound good.
yeah, I think I am good. Well, I'm on my phone, but with my computer, I mean, I think I am good. My webcam looks good. Audio is reading me loud and clear, so I think I'm good.
And your picture is still sideways.
Well, that's on here.
I'm just fucking with you.
Talking about my computer, but yes, I'm still sideways. Get bent. Oh wait, I'm bent. Look at that.
I was born bent.
Yeah.
You and me both, buddy.
Surprised my mom lived through it, to be honest.
But I think
You
if
okay there, IQ?
I think if we raise
You caught me
women
mid-vape, man. That
differently,
wasn't fair.
Sorry.
you would see a lot of changes in society.
Let's hope. I mean, let's face it, man. Everybody has something to bring to the table. Let's just all be the best versions of ourselves that we can be.
Right.
That's all anybody really needs to be.
Well,
right?
the reason I say that is because, like, everyone talks about all the issues that there are with men, but no one really, well, not no one, very few people talk about how those issues involve women, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe you wouldn't have so many issues with men if you would address the way that women are socialized and address those issues. Then they wouldn't raise their sons to the way that they do, to feel guilty about things that are completely normal and natural.
Right. Because
their sons wouldn't grow up being sexually repressed.
Right.
I mean, because I still, like,
education
one of the biggest
key.
fights I got in my family were we'll just say a female relative was bathing her son, and he was touching himself, and she scolded him for it. And mind you, this
Where was
is
this
a
taking
child bathtub.
At home.
Yes.
Okay.
In a bathtub at home. And this child was all but 3. And so I said, hey, can I have a quick word with you out here, please? Because I didn't want to, argue in front of a kid. And so we, went into another room, and I was just like, dude, what the fuck? That is not cool. And they're like, what? He doesn't need to do that. I'm like, first of all, he does. Second of all, it's normal. Third of all, you do realize at that age, it's literally about stress and anxiety and exploration. It has nothing to do with sex, right? Like, get over yourself. Unless he's doing it on the playground or in front of strangers, it's not a problem. This is your key opportunity to teach your child, hey, what you're doing, that's fine. Just make sure that you keep it private.
Discreet.
Keep it private. Like, only do it in the house, do it in the bathroom, whatever. But
Maybe I'm a little bit more of
don't
a
run around mama, like, don't run around grandma and grandpa.
yeah. Hey, check this out.
Exactly.
Look, this is my first official boner. Check this out.
Exactly. But like, I was there are not words for how enraged I was over the situation that I walked in on, because I'm just like, you're shaming a 3-year-old? Like, are you, what?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Well, tradition usually. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Killing him, man. Killing him.
I may.
Well, and this person wasn't even religious.
Well, no, that's my thing. Is like I work with.
But I'm
kids.
sure it did come from that. Yeah.
You don't know. I work with kids all the day. Well,
He teaches them how to do it all the time.
When I say tradition, I just mean that that's the way they were raised, and they never thought about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I work with kids and they're great, but they're talking about like, boys do this and girls do that. Period.
Yeah.
Like, can you play some music that boys actually?
Oh, I can't.
Can you play some music that boys actually like?
Yeah.
Like on the radio, and I'm like, whatever. And it's like, yeah, like hard rock, because girls, they like Frozen.
I hate that.
Frozen.
I'm like, I like Frozen, and their response is, well, then you're not a boy. And I'm like,
yep.
You know what? I literally am not paid enough shit to try and have a conversation with you about this, and then deal with whatever the fuck else your parents have to say.
Yeah, I'm currently trying to figure out where my nephew is getting some of his bad language and thought process, because there's a lot of quote girly things, which, by the way, to be clear, my stance on toys or anything for that matter is they are things. There are things that are for children and there are things that are for adults, and that's the only difference between the two. And some of those things can be for both. But obviously there are certain things that are for adults that are not for children.
Oh.
The end. Like, there are adult things, there are children things, period. They are not gendered. Like, a doll is not a girl toy. A truck is not a boy toy. They're toys. They're fucking toys. Like, play with what you want to play with. But my nephew Do
you think there might be a difference? I mean, I'm just thinking in like literally dolls that are babies. Do you think there might be a different appeal there? I know it's very specific, and I absolutely agree with your point. I'm just trying to think of counter examples.
I definitely think it can make a difference. I think it depends on the type of doll and the type of child. Yeah.
Well,
we get into the whole nature versus nurture argument there.
Some people like pretending that they're raising a baby, and then other kids don't play with a doll because they want to pretend like they're raising a baby. They want to play with the doll because they like the aesthetic. They want to play with its hair. They want to play with its dress. They want to play with its clothing, whatever.
My P-52 modulator.
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
This is the favorite.
Well, we were talking about toys,
This is my favorite
But
thing.
my
is, like,
nephew had things that he really loved to play with that he just started aggressively, like angrily punching and kicking around the house. And we're like, bruh, like, what is wrong with you? That was your favorite toy. That's how I talk to everybody. I'm just like, bruh. Anyway, but and he was like, I can't play with it anymore. And I'm like, why can't you play with it? Because he stays sometimes like for a week or 2 weeks at a time with me. And I'm like, why can't you play with it anymore? And he was like, because it's a girl toy. I'm like, but it was your favorite toy. And he's like, I can't play with it. It's a girl toy. And I'm like, who is telling you this shit? And so, like, he was talking about how the color pink is a girl color. So he won't touch anything pink. And so I'm like, he's like, real men don't wear pink. And I'm like, oh my God.
Tell him I have pink.
Yeah. So no,
Oh, for fuck's
what I
sake! Any
did,
phrase that starts with real men.
I know, right? What I did actually was I did a Google search because it was the quickest way to like show him proof and make a point. So I did a Google search of some of his favorite characters. Like he loves Iron Man, right? So I did a quick search of oh Jesus Christ, I can't think of his name right now. Robert Downey Jr. That's it. I did a quick search of the actor, and of course it brought up some pictures. And one of the first pictures is him in a big pink shirt. And
Gay.
I'm like, hey, I'm like, sweetheart, do you recognize him? And he's like, oh, that's Iron Man. And I'm like, yeah, that's Iron Man. I'm like, what is he wearing? And the look on his face was just like, it wasn't disgust, it was shock. He was just like,
Confusion.
he's wearing pink. Yeah, confusion. He was like, he's wearing pink. I'm
Doesn't
like,
that
exactly.
compute?
Iron Man wears pink. And I'm like, look at this other one. He wears pink too. And then he started scrolling through like some of the other actors, and he's like, oh my gosh, they all wear pink. And I'm like, yeah, they all wear pink because they're all real men.
It's just a color.
Yep.
Looks good on you. Fucking wear it. That's all I can tell you.
Pretty much. Like, some people look good in pink, some people don't. It's like every other color of the rainbow. Some people look good in red, some people don't.
I'm terrible in red. Don't even ask me to put anything red on.
Oh,
The closest
I
I
love
come to
red.
is the little
Red
poppy
is
that
my
you wear
color.
at Remembrance Day. That's the only red you'll ever see on me.
Red is my color.
Red makes me
I have a
look
red
like
shirt on right now.
this isn't red. There's
It's
something
black.
wrong with the lighting in your room. This is black.
Yeah. Well, that's got red in it.
No. Black is void of all color. White is the accumulation of all color.
I
Your
have
culmination.
to add in, it depends on if you're talking about the additive or the subtractive color system.
Yeah.
Haha.
I majored in
Stepped
theatrical
in it
writing.
now,
I
motherfucking bitch.
To make the black dye that stains that shirt black, it requires red.
Yes.
So.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you for taking this burden
True.
upon yourself so that I no longer have to bear it. Yeah, Neil, your shirt's got red in it. See, I agree with you. So it's not a problem anymore, right?
When you look
red
at this shirt, do you see red or do you see black?
Black.
I see black and white.
There you go. Black and white. It's just black and white. All right, that's it for everything. It's all black and
black and white. And if you red with your black and white, you might be a Nazi.
And 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, red with your black and white. Yes. Those were their common colors.
Never forget the Nazis are everywhere.
You don't have to warn me, man. You don't have to remind me.
I do.
The family I was raised by, the Jewish family, they had there were people that were taken. So it's there. Don't want to see shitheads like that get into places of power again.
Mm.
That's for sure.
Downer.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's part of my heritage. What can I tell you?
It is, and we've had this conversation before.
Yes, we have.
Well, we've had this particular part of this exchange before, but
This is true.
it's true.
But it is now.
Peoples, it's time for me to head out, and Neil's got that it's time to end the stream face going on. I know it well.
But I want to thank you guys for jumping in here and hanging out with me for
always.
part 2. It was great, Jamie. Hanging out with you all night has been like, I miss being down there, brother. I seriously do. And you, Josh, jumping in, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, man. Good to see you too.
And you know,
Is anybody going to be awake?
I don't know. Do you want to take over this and invite some people in, or?
So here, Silver, I'll make you a deal. We'll keep in touch, and we'll do a thing soon, but certainly not soon enough.
Okay. Yeah,
There won't be immediately after this.
Yeah, no, it's nighttime. Everybody go to bed. It's time for the people in fucking Australia and to take over now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why there's so many spiders in Australia? It's the bottom of the earth, and the earth is basically a big rock, and spiders hide under rocks.
Oh yeah, they get a couple of really nasty ones down there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
used
go
to
to
raise
Australia
tarantulas,
so
so-
bad, but everything can kill
You
you.
used to raise tarantulas?
Yeah, I did. I had
Neil,
pink toes. I had Chilean red hairs. I had a Goliath bird eater.
Oh,
you-
wow.
Briefly,
You had a left-handed red face. Yeah. It's
left-handed red face.
right.
Oh,
there.
that's usually what happens when I get hit.
It's basically it's
Left-handed red
like
face.
old people that I meet that are cool. It's like, oh yeah, just this one time, I used to build race cars. I built
Are you saying I'm cool?
handed floozies and shim sham gadoo manews.
I'm sorry.
They know
familiar.
I'm never going to
Youngsters
Google any
in
of the
your
shit that they say. Never. They can literally say anything, which makes me suspicious of everything they say. That's not aggrandizing at all. So
Well,
Neil, talk about yourself some more. Sure.
no. If you guys have something you want to plug, go ahead and do it now because I'm going to close out the stream. So.
I
I'll
got
probably
nothing to plug.
go
We're good.
live and see if anybody's awake. So if you're awake, come join me.
All right.
I would desperately join you under any other circumstances, but I have to go to bed because it's late.
It's late.
But at Jamie the Heathen is basically everything. So it's Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, basically everything but YouTube.
And his grinder.
My grinder. No, you can't link my grinder to me. No,
Everybody go follow Jamie on Grinder.
Yeah.
that's not how grinder. That's not what grinder is. It's great people grinding on my grinder. God.
He's a great date.
The best stream I think I've ever had. Seriously. It's just too
Well, that's because I brought Josh along.
clearly.
Oh,
All right.
Neil, hold on. Before you leave, I wanted to show you my setup. Can we make mobile real quick?
You mean, can I pick up this computer and... All right, brace yourselves. I'm going to unplug this microphone because it's too complicated.
Am I going to need zap straps or
Plug the back.
All right.
it's coming handy sometimes though.
Oh, here we go. Let's look at this thing. I had to move something to make the chords, not whatever.
Yeah, the cheesy poofs. You had to move the cheesy poofs.
They're not.
They are cheesy poofs.
They are cheese balls.
I know I had a box
Very
too.
much. Hold
When
on.
the movie came out.
Hold on. This drunk.
I gave it to a friend of mine that was a South Park fanatic. He's
Wait,
like, "You're
let me
giving me
out.
this box?" I'm like, yeah, take it. I had my fun. Don't eat them. They're old.
Oh, hey Neil, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Here.
Can you drop me a link to the
Oh my.
the donation page in my Twitter?
Sure I can. Yeah.
Thank you.
I wish I had a twatter because then Twitter would know what I really was.
So in my room, there's my,
Hang on.
and that's a PVC cardboard wall. That is
Ooh,
my setup there.
the light. Go toward the light.
Supports
Nice.
all the
That's
stuff.
nice.
And where this is right now, this PVC will also have a wall right here, which will be my little recording space.
Awesome.
Is this going to be something outside of Atheist Vanguard?
Yeah. I'm not doing Atheist Vanguard anymore. I'm doing this. Well, I'm
Oh,
starting my own stuff.
and is your channel up and running yet, or are you?
I'm going to be doing
Still-
a couple channels.
Oh, cool.
One will be a
5. He's gonna do 5 different ones.
one's going to be a cooking channel, and the other one's going to be a what everyone else does.
Welcome to the club.
Yep.
The cooking channel I'm kind of interested in because I've kind of got the munchies right now after smoking that joint. So
Neil, if you haven't dropped her that link to the fundraiser yet,
You should
way
move
ahead
down
of
here
you.
into our house, man.
I've already sent her the link to the fundraiser.
I make
All
the best
right.
munchies.
Yes, thank
Ask
you.
Jamie.
Well, it's a few months before I'll be down there again, but I'll take your ass up on that.
Oh,
Move here,
but he does
permanent.
he
Like-
saves people's lives in Canada with blood. Get the fuck out of here.
The door's open.
It's a little in-house family bickering, folks.
Neil saves people's lives in Canada, and I'm pretty sure that's illegal in America.
It's illegal in America. I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to save anyone's life while you're down here.
Like if you save someone's life, then the life insurance company like you or something. They do.
Well-
I don't know. Dude, back me up here.
You guys, it's after midnight. I got to go to bed. So somebody's got to take this over for me.
Oh, you're backing out because we're talking about life insurance companies wanting to kill people or something?
Good night,
No,
folks.
he's backing out because of 4 in the morning.
Good night,
I got to get up
everybody.
early, you guys.
I will be going live, so if you're awake, join my ass.
All right. So find Silverlena. I think I shouted you out already.
Mhm.
There's
Oh,
and
thank you.
you can look you up also. Just your message is open. Like, can anyone send you one if they don't follow you, or does everyone have to be following you to message you?
I don't remember.
Because I'm like totally open. I'm like, I don't give a shit. You got something you want to tell me? Tell me.
You gotta send me a message.
I actually don't remember.
Message that, like, so we know, because it won't get buried in like message requests or whatever.
But I'm following everyone on here, so
Okay. Well, if you guys want to jump in with Silver, then just get in touch with her on Twitter.
Silver, what's your Twitter?
Silverlena.
Yep, just like in here.
Yep. My name is the same all the way across the board. I actually sent you a DM saying hey. So you have a DM on Twitter from me
You're
that
not
says
allowed
hey.
to call me out on that, Butler. You collect knives, love Star Trek, spending time with your
That's me.
nieces and nephews. Is that you?
Sounds about right.
And let my freak flag fly. Yep, that's me.
Shh, I follow you. God.
Now you got to do what I do, Silver, and you got to take a snapshot of that, like a screenshot, blow the shit up, and go, "Hey, look who just followed me."
I'm not that. Oh, hey, you sent a thing that said hey.
Yeah.
How did you know that that's my default? Like,
A whole lot of hay. I hope we had some cows handy,
usually horse.
or pigs. They all eat it.
The swine.
Pigs will eat anything, pretty much. So, including my pinky when trying to do that when I was a kid.
I am undereducated for my level of investment in the liberty of swine. So
Undereducated.
I
So,
mean, really, like, if my magnum opus is going to be titled "Liberty of Swine," true.
liberty to swine. Okay, sure.
Liberty,
Works.
the liberty of swine.
Liberty of swine. Wait a second. Are you trying to take my bacon away from me?
No,
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. Okay.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm attempting to describe the liberty of swine.
Okay. So they still have the liberty to provide me with bacon if that's what they wish. Correct?
That's absolutely not what the book is about.
Damn it.
It's basic. It's
I'm sorry. For me, everything's about bacon.
well.
Don't take away Neil's
if
bacon.
you're
You'll have better luck
it's gonna
shaving his
be
mustache.
about only one thing, right?
What?
Bacon's not that bad a thing.
I know. There's worse things. I know.
There's
But,
better things as well, like
It's
humanity.
like, don't take my bacon. Don't take my motherfucking bacon.
Don't you fucking touch my bacon.
Don't fuck with somebody's bacon.
Yeah.
I am the baconator.
The baconator.
The other night I did a pretty good George W. Bush. Was going to Iraq, but gotta eat the bacon. You gotta get 2 bacons for your bacon, America.
What was his dad? His dad was all 1,000 points of light.
Bacons for a bacon. Mission accomplished. It's whatever.
All right, everybody. I got to go to sleep. So pick this up for me after this, and I guess you'll have to figure out who's going to pick it up after you, Silver. But I think somebody out there is supposed to be doing it, and
I'm sure I'll run into somebody whenever they're waking up.
David should be up soon. He said he was only going to go for like a snooze, so he should be up pretty good.
Well, David will.
I love me some David.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching it, and we'll see you guys next time. Sorry. It's called Faith.
Before
It's
you
not
wait,
knowledge.
if you kill this, is it gonna kill us being able to talk to each other?
No.
Okay, cool. Then never mind. All right, bye, people. Bye.
Bye,
Like-
everybody. See you soon.
Wait, are they going to talk like secret stuff? They are the Illuminati. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Triangles. Am I right?